Welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. This is Crosshair, my name is Dangerous, and this is the show that brings you runs with bullets. First-person shooters, third-person shooters, shmups, bullet hells, lasers, rockets, grenades, Sam Lake, and shotgun shells. If it's got bullets, or this handsome devil in it, then you can find it here on Crosshair. Thanks, Sam. You're dismissed. Folks, you might be able to figure out the theme for today if you just look over here at the run of show on the right-hand side. We have got Cass here running control that's going to round out the show this evening. But before that, we've got two very awesome runs of Maximum Painful. Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2, both with Hookie. So, Hookie, welcome to Crosshair. Take it away.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction. My name is Uki, and I will be running Max Payne 1, then I will be running Max Payne 2, back to back, and on commentary I will have Tizona and Cass.
Hello. Well, I'm happy to be here. I love slow motion animation and traumatic oddball stories I didn't already see through dozen movies and games, so I hope you'll have a blast.
And my name is Cass. I do not love traumatic stories, but I do love remedies. So I am here for the maximum pain. I'm going to do my best at cosplaying, knowing what is going on in the Max Payne runs. But now it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be a really fun time.
Thank you. We'll shortly start run, but before I wanted to do a quick introduction of what is going to happen, because the game will start with some techniques and glitches pretty fast. On the top left of the game, you can see an FPS counter. This one will be important for Max Payne 1. We will switch mainly between 4 FPS modes. There is 100 FPS that we will use for combat, unlimited FPS that we will use for stairs when we go down to fall faster, and for glitches we will mainly use 30 FPS, but the most important one will be 20 FPS that will allow us to do a super jump. What is a super jump? You jump like this. This is a normal jump. But you can see here Max is holding a shotgun, which is a two-handed weapon. And there is also pistols that are like one-handed. And if you jump at the correct timing on 20 FPS, because you need to jump on the exact frame, you can do jump like this. So they will allow us to reach some pretty high space, and we will see what we can do to break the game. You will also see sometimes the game lag. It's because we are spamming the save button when it happens, and it will allow us to do some funny glitch too. You will see. Okay, Cass and Tizona, are you ready?
Yeah. Ready when you are.
Okay, we will load the prologue save file. We can do a 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good luck.
All right. I also just want to point out that you nailed that super jump on the first try, which is very, very impressive. So the super jump tech that Hookie just showed off, it is tied to the frame of the running animation. So there'll be a couple of times where it'll just look like Hookie's jumping into a wall for no particular reason. We are attempting to super jump there, but to kick things off, we have just got a little bit of an introduction to the story. As we sort of mentioned earlier, it is quite a traumatic story. But we do a little super jump right at the start there to clear a couple of cutscene triggers and make our way up to the stairs are slow, so we just super jump our way to the top floor of our house.
Stirred nervously
and the main reason that you saw the save game spam that Hookie was doing is an attempt to do a cutscene glitch. So in cutscenes we are obviously not supposed to be able to move. The game is wanting us to stay in place. And by spamming the cutscene, by spamming the save game button as we approach a cutscene, is going to give us a bit of control back. So you can see Hookie doing some sideways running here to get out of where they should be. And it's going to allow us to do some pretty neat things with some cutscenes soon.
Yeah.
So we just we are 3 years after the introduction. As you can see, Max's wife and daughter have been killed, and Max is on a revenge story to find who the killers. Apparently, there is a whole drug story about drugs, as it's called, the Valkyrie or the Bee in the game.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's very much
I've been working for 3 years as an undercover agent, and he's supposed to meet his only friend in the police at Roscoe Street Station, but unfortunately the meetup won't go very well. You will see. I nearly died.
Okay.
You did. I was gonna say that.
Like a lot of events. So here we need someone to open the door, someone that will surely keep living.
We did kill the guy that was supposed to kill him, but unfortunately it won't. He has to die, unfortunately. Okay, it's okay. I'm 1 health, but it's okay.
But you have to take the habit. So
Yeah.
you'll always be at 1 health. So.
I'm sure that that will be the last time that you are one hit from death
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
entire run. That's never going to happen again.
And
Especially
if you
now.
lack Max Payne, unfortunately, we are going to kill Max Payne.
No.
This is the first dead man working.
Which I would like to point out is the best name for a glitch ever.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to explain it or I do.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, look, absolutely. So basically by spamming the save game as we approach a cutscene there, we are given control back and we're able to stand in front of the train that is about to take off. And that is going to result in the game getting a little confused because the train is trying to move, but Max is in front of it and Max is supposed to be inside of it. So it kind of just kills Max and puts him to the next spot. And as you can see by the health bar in the bottom left corner, we now have 0 health. There are a couple of things that get caused by this. It is not an invincibility glitch. It is very important to point that out. 1 point of damage will kill us, but it does mean the enemies treat us as if we are dead. So unless they are scripted to shoot at us, which we will see coming up soon, the enemies just don't aggro onto us. So they're just going to stand there. There are certain times where they will shoot at us, or if there's environmental damage, such as an explosion, or especially fall damage. Because as we saw from the super jump, there are very particular ways where a super jump can result in us taking fall damage. And like I said, us taking a point of damage here will result in Max Payne experiencing maximum pain.
And one of the most dangerous things with dead man working is we have an autosave at the start of a level, but you can see on the bottom right, I can't save right now, so if I die with the dead man working, I need to go back to the start of the level. This shouldn't happen on this level, but when we will use dead man working, excuse me, when we will use dead man working later in the run, this can very easily happen, and if we die, we lose like a minute.
Yes, and that is something that will happen throughout pretty much the entirety of the game. It is a very, very, would you say a fickle game, Pookie?
Yeah, very precise.
Also, we cannot take any painkiller when we are in this state because it doesn't work anymore. So we just have to go through and pray for the damage to avoid us.
Well, if you took a painkiller,
thank goodness.
wouldn't the main character die?
Maybe.
Got him.
Anyway, you can see a cutscene. What is interesting details? We are playing on the parental lock version of the game, which censors blood and some dialogue like this one. So Max is speaking to his friend Alex. Unfortunately for Alex, yeah.
Alex?
We didn't like him anyway.
No, he was a good friend.
He was a good friend of Max, I
There was
suppose.
nothing I could do.
But yeah, so we do run with the parental. I say we like I run this game. Pookie is running with the parental
We're
lock
in this
on,
together.
which will save time over the course of the run. This isn't just for the ability to showcase it on the Hotfix channel. It does actually save time because in between, which you'll see in Max Payne 2, there are comic strips in between every level that explain a little bit more about the details. Max, for all intents and purposes, is sort of a comic book character within within the Remedy-verse. And by playing with the parental lock-on version, not only do we not see any blood, we also get to skip all of those cutscenes, all of those comic book strips.
There was a small glitch that could have saved a bit of time, like 12 seconds, but unfortunately I missed it. It's okay, we are going to take an extra plate killer and we have to wait until the enemy opens the door.
You'll have
Quote unquote, wait for the enemy to open the door.
Yeah, we need to shoot because we need them to like be like, oh no, it's Max Payne.
And I would like to point out that we are still in this dead man walking glitch at the moment.
Yeah.
So those enemies at the very start of the very start there, where they flipped the table, they are ones that are scripted to shoot at us. So they're the ones that are a bit dangerous. Whereas these guys are just going to run past us because, well, run past us until we shoot them and ignore us until I think it's the end of this level that we lose dead man walking.
No, it's the end of the next one. We will eat painkillers soon, but what we need to also talk about is the fact that we are not immune to like death trigger, so I need to wait until this boiler falls down, because if I get too close to it I will die and I will need to restart the level. So after this level we will be in an elevator, we will take the painkiller and the dead man walking will still be enabled for the next level, but for the next one it will be disabled. You will see on the bottom left the health bar is red and it will like go a little bit more white.
Kind of like to a nice salmon color.
Yeah, well cooked.
We can see that you mostly move in diagonal because it's a little bit faster than going in straight lines.
Yeah, it's not a big difference, but over the course of a run, obviously, it will matter. And sometimes you use it because enemies are following you, even with them man walking or with all the glitches, and being faster sometimes makes them like it's easier to dodge them because sometimes they can block you.
Yeah, and a lot of both Max Payne and both Max Payne 1 and 2 in a speedrun sense is very much a game of millimeters. You know, it's about getting to a door before it closes, or you know, throwing a grenade through a door before it closes. And here we're going to see this is the invincibility roll glitch, right? Yeah,
so
great.
We'll
So basically,
the one working, but you can do save again, and this time we'll do another invisibility glitch. So right now we are in a cutscene. We are dodging to the right. We will continue to dodge, even if we don't see Max until this explosion. I will release the dodge button, but I will do one final dodge when the fourth explosion happens over here, right here. So what happens is when you dodge, you should have a small invincibility window where you can't be hit by bullets, so enemies will shoot at you. But by doing this dodge at a precise timing, when Max is teleported to a certain position, you will keep until the next cutscene or the next level or the next time you do a wall, you will keep that invincibility. So you will see people shooting at Max, but Max will just overfarm and ignore the bullets.
So yes, now we are in fact invincible due to locking ourselves in that in the invincibility frames of the roll.
And sometimes the setup will require precise frame rate. This one didn't need to, but you will see later the one we will need to do 30 FPS one or 100 FPS one.
Yeah, we won't point every time you change the FPS, but it's really important to keep in mind that it's something that you have to handle the whole run to swap every time to FPS setup precise FPS setup bound to any specific game situation.
Okay, so this level is pretty funny because we are supposed to go to one of the buildings to find someone that we need to pursue. But we are just going to do super jumps to get to the end of the level. The problem is, the game will be like, no, you're supposed to be following this guy, and this guy isn't here. So we will play a bit with the triggers to make sure we can still go further. We'll do a super jump here. Another one here. Another one here. And another one here.
Oh, well
just
done.
Spam the save here. We'll place our save here because we are teleported to control another Max. Don't mind it.
Max of the future.
Yeah.
Or relevant.
We'll just spam the save and we can... I didn't have the correct weapon. I hope I didn't break anything.
Follow his lead.
Maybe I did. No, it's okay. It worked. Okay, perfect.
It's okay, we're fine.
When the trainee was
And this time we'll go doing invincibility setup with 30 FPS.
And this one has a very specific timing as the camera's going to do a flyby of Max, and we're going to try and do our final dodge roll to lock us in those iframes just as the camera is about to pass Max's shoulder.
And then we will have to do one final roll. I will list it now, but I'm still holding the right key. We'll just wait for this guy to jump. Okay, and now I'm spamming forward and space because we are supposed to spawn on the top of a building, but we are now on the floor. We didn't take any fall damage during the cutscene, and we will see pretty soon if I manage to do the invincibility setup or not.
Basically, here we are out of bound.
Yeah. You can see the enemies standing by because we are not. We didn't pass the figures. I think. Okay, I need to kill this guy because otherwise I will get stuck later. And yeah, it worked.
So here you'll be choosing the 20 FPS in order to go through the door. So that should be closed when you are doing it.
Yeah, that's why I needed to kill that guy earlier, because if we go on the trigger, the door is already closed when we arrive. So we need to kill those enemies to get the door to open. And then we will have our first boss room, where we need to kill 2 waves of enemies before we can actually start to shoot the boss. But we will use a cutscene glitch to just dodge here, grenade here, jump, spam save again, grenade to the corner, and I think both waves are dead. If he moves, so it's okay. We'll just kill him, and we will get the ammo to end the level.
That's well done, because it's really difficult glitch to do.
Yeah, Hookie is making this look way easier than she has any right to. I also love the fact that, like, through the speedrun, there's, like, random parts of invincibility and dead man walking and now Max clones. And it's like, that is absolutely not out of the realm of possibility of Remedy games. It's just not actually in this Remedy game, and we just put it in there by doing the speedrun strats.
Yeah, clearly. Here you will have a slightly different super jump. We need actually to do it in 30 FPS, because otherwise Max's head will get stuck on the roof, and for some reason I'm struggling a lot to get it. There we go.
As you said, 30 FPS makes super jumps more difficult than in 20 FPS, so that's normal to take more time.
Thank goodness for quick saves, hey?
Yeah. One of the main things, like, you can maybe think that the game is easy because we are invincibility glitch, but in reality, one of the main, like, I wouldn't say problems of this game, but interesting aspect is we are playing in fugitive difficulty, which is the default difficulty for the game, and this difficulty, excuse me, okay, I will just redo it. Thank you. The main difficulty is kind of broken because it's supposed to adapt on how many enemies you killed, how well you performed. But on newer systems, the system is broken and you get instantly. I need to focus for. There we go. Because this one can be a bit tricky.
Basically, the difficulty adjustment that was included in the game on launch, it no longer works on modern systems.
Yeah. One or two levels, you are already on max difficulty.
Yes, and we will see, well, hopefully we will not see, but I think that is very unlikely. As we approach any enemy with a shotgun, they will essentially one-shot us if we do not have either dead man walking up and not aggro them, or that invincibility glitch where we that we get from locking ourselves in the iframes.
Okay, so here we have our second boss fight. We need to do a super jump here because there is a wave of enemies that we need to kill. And my super jump are getting worse by the minute. No,
He's just having a bit of back pain.
Hold on.
Thanks. While Huki tries to get these. While Huki tries to get these super jumps set up, I was saying to Huki and to Zona, all right, I will tell this story later.
So you can just like spawn kill the waves of enemy. Okay. There we go. And we'll just need to kill 2 of them over here. One can be dangerous with some molotovs. And there we go, we have to wait for him to finish this quick cutscene. We can't kill him during the cutscene, but we can put him at 1 health and just kill him when the cutscene ends.
That's probably my favorite part of the whole run, I think. It's just watching him stand there while you just dual-wield into his face. So now we're in one of the nightmare cutscenes. This is another part that is sped up by the parental lock system. So the nightmare cutscenes, usually there's a lot more blood and it's a bit harder to navigate. But with the parental lock system on, the blood texture has been replaced, and it's just a little bit easier to navigate around and speeds things up just a little bit.
Just
the idea to have a control to parental lock
on a game like Max Payne, like the game is still pretty dark. I don't.
Yeah, even
there are
with
drugs, there are violence, but well, not the blood.
Different times in 2001,
Yeah. Yes, the white strips here replace blood, for example, so it does give a strong artistic visual, but it's not. It shouldn't be that kind of visual.
And they might be my favorite pieces of speed tech, where it comes like the parental lock system, or it makes me think of, I think it was Metal Gear Solid 1, that if you installed it from the disc with the minimum space requirements, it just didn't install a bunch of voice lines, and it meant that anything tied to an audio cue just happened automatically because the game was trying to play a voice line that didn't exist in the installation. And I love how little things like that were done as sort of, accessibility or approachability options of their era are now just being abused by speedrunners.
Yeah. Thank you for talking about it, because I failed. I missed one point I needed to save. But it's okay, we're at the start of Act 2, and we'll do a quick invincibility glitch. Here, we just need to roll when Max says sticky.
Niagara's bat. Sticky with my own blood.
And that should be
Without
it.
a gun, I'd be no match for Frankie's men.
We'll test it out
I'd have to play hide
shortly.
and seek with him.
Okay, there we go. But we are not happy with just an invincibility glitch. We will actually do our second Deadman walking setup here. So you will see me tab out for a little bit because I'm actually deleting the quick save that I just did. Right here. Okay. And it will be useful for us in a couple of seconds. Oh, don't block me, because this snake can kill us.
Yeah, so if you just missed that, Huki just alt-tabbed out of the game and deleted their save file mid-run.
That's totally normal, I think.
Yeah, and you will see in a
Things
couple
were
of seconds.
fast
We will
going from bad to
just do
worse.
a wall here to get a little bit farther, and we will throw a nade out of it, and we want to get as close as we can to the door. And you see in the bottom right corner the no game too loud because we deleted the save when we killed Max. We tried to load it. The game is a bit stuck to trying to understand what's going on, and because it can't load the game, it will just let us continue playing it with Max dead.
That's such a good tech. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so we are back in that dead man walking state from that we got in one of the very, very first levels where we stood in front of the train. So similarly, enemies will not aggro to us unless they are scripted to shoot at us as part of a cutscene or something along those lines. But we are still very, very susceptible to fall damage. We will hopefully not see coming up here because when I mentioned earlier that
those two levels, the scariest one for me, and I actually have like backup save if I die too much on those because they are really hard. You have very precise jump timing, and if you miss one, you need to restart the level, so you will lose 30 seconds, 1 minute of time if you fail. So we need to be very precise because small bit of damage can actually kill us. And a super jump, the height of a super jump isn't enough to make you suffer from it. But if you press the direction key for too long when you are doing a jump, you will, like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe Tizona, you can talk about it, but it's just can lead to...
You gain some kind of velocity in the air, so you you fall faster, and you have the whole the fall easier, so you die.
Okay, I was scared because I didn't think the timing was right for this super jump, and I like pressed forward for too long. So once again, we are using switching between one-handed weapon and two-handed weapon to do our super jumps. We will take the painkiller here because we will disable the man walking. The next one. And this fall is pretty tricky. We need to be in 30 FPS and land precisely here.
Yeah.
And
Oh, well done.
That's a really difficult part. I think you said it, but that's the two most difficult level, I think, because if you fail anything and anything can kill you now, you have to go back at the beginning. So it's very punitive and very difficult. So each success is very important for the run.
yeah,
Yeah, and then dying there does put us all the way back to the start of like 7 super jumps that we just did. And I do see a couple of people asking in. Oh yeah, you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and there is an example right there.
Yeah, it happened.
Okay,
I didn't land exactly when
No, that's good. This is good because now this gives me a chance because there are a couple of people who obviously missed the super jump explanation at the very start. So basically, a super jump is done when Max is handling a two-handed weapon. There is a certain frame of the run cycle, the run animation cycle, that if you jump on that frame, it will allow Max to get an insane amount of air, as you can see.
Swap weapon animation.
Oh, sorry, the swap weapon animation, not the running animation.
Yeah. When you switch.
So when you switch weapons, there is an
two-handed weapon. Or the opposite.
Now, and does it require 20 FPS, or does the 20 FPS just make it a little bit easier?
It's you need to jump on a precise frame, so 20 FPS will just make it easier.
Yeah, okay.
You know what frame you need to hit. You can do it on 30. It's a bit harder. But you can do it. Okay, so let's try again. Worst case scenario, I have a backup save for the next level. No, okay. So
basically, what we want to do is we want to land on top of this fence. Whereas on the last attempt, Huki unfortunately just a little bit too much super in her super jump, and we cleared it. So
whoa! Oh, this time
that was unexpected.
Okay. Okay, but I died. I would just
okay.
go load the next level. We missed a little fight,
It was a long
unfortunately,
shot.
but I don't want to waste too many time on this level. So we are now back with Max on the next level. We didn't have the opportunity to talk about another funny detail that I really like to talk about this game. So I saw people talking about it in the chat that yeah, Max Payne is Sam Lake is Max Payne. Is the face of the hero. But the reason why is quite funny. It's because Remedy back in 2001 didn't have enough money to hire a lot of actors. They had enough to hire James McCaffrey to do the voices for Max. But they asked a lot of people at Remedy or friends or family to play different roles in the comics or for the face models. And one of the funniest part is like the main antagonist of the game and one of the most important secondary characters in this game are actually Sam Lake's parents. We'll see.
Very psychological.
Fantastic.
And there is also, so if you know Remedy, you probably know about All God of Asgard and Poet of the Fall.
Upstairs, the trio go down
and
the halls
if
to the silent
Poet of the Fall was created for Max Payne 2, we can actually see the singer of Max Payne 1 playing one of the secondary characters.
I'm assuming you mean the singer of Poets of the Fall, not the singer of Max Payne 1.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I didn't know if that was a band I was unaware of named Max Payne 1.
lump in my head.
That would be an incredible name for a band, though.
Yeah.
That would be, yeah.
The trio.
So here we're just checking some grenades in to, this is part of the boss fight, right?
Oh, yeah. But unfortunately, we missed the first one, so we need to take a little bit of time to
Trio.
actually hit him. I think he's dead. Okay.
One down.
We're fighting a trio of bosses that is called the trio. Very inspired.
Yeah.
Very inspired name.
Actually, in the story, it's an important trio of characters from the Puccinello crime family, which is important in the story. But yeah, they're just called the trio.
And while Huki runs through all of this, I was just chatting at this while we were getting ready for Crosshair. That the YouTube Huki very kindly made me a video to explain all the glitches and things like that. So I got a little sneak peek before the rest of you, and it was very funny watching with YouTube. Closed captions, like automated closed captioning on, because I'm pretty sure YouTube called Max Payne literally every name under the sun except his actual name. Like I'm talking, we had Max Plane, Max Gaines, and my personal favorite, Back Pain, and it was just
Max
so
Gaines,
funny.
bro.
Max Gaines, yeah, he's just slamming that creatine.
Max? Max?
Yeah. So we are now in the second nightmare sequence at the end of Act 2.
No, please, Max!
Max Payne unfortunately has been drugged by that famous Valkyrie drug, and there is a small history that we can't see because we are playing with a parental log, so we don't have access to the comics. But there is one comic in this level where Max is like, "Wait, I'm in a video game. It's horrible." This cartoon is really funny. If you didn't play the game, I really need you to go look for it.
And if you can't find the game, but you do really want to play the game, which big recommend, it is a phenomenal video game, and we're really showing off like almost none of it here.
Yeah.
Both Max Payne 1 and 2 are getting a remake. A remake is in the works at Remedy, and I believe it's their next the next title they're focusing on after Control Resonant releases in September.
It's supposed to release in 27, so yeah. I think we should have information about it by the end of the year. Probably.
As Remedy super fans as we are eating very well at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're at one of my favorite parts. So as we previously there are a lot of trays, wet trays on the floor. But since Uki disabled the fog for this level, which was supposed to be a maze, well, we see all the level and we can just go through the path to follow. Meanwhile, Max is killing himself because he has some regrets.
Yeah.
This is the clone from earlier where we controlled the second Max. We've now, you know.
Wait, it's a time paradox.
But yeah, this level is sometimes pretty hard because the jump are very slow. We are now at the start of Act 3 with Cold Steel, and Cold Steel will require us to do a lot of cutscene glitch
In the belly.
like this to go forward easier.
Bubbled like a witch's brew.
We'll press save again, like this. We will do a jump now. And the final one here. This level can be pretty hard because we need to avoid taking damage as much as possible, and sometimes the enemy just decide to hit us for some reason. Sometimes they don't. Go.
Here they've got the most powerful weapon of the game, right?
Yeah, one of the most. I really want to avoid taking damage, but okay. The Cold Commando is very, very effective. We will have a super jump coming right up. Here.
Skip, very important skip for this level.
Yeah. There we go.
Right.
We just fire for those enemies. You don't hit me. Okay, it's okay. But yeah, this level and the one excuse me. This level and the one that come after on my life split. I have those titles. I hate you and I hate you too. So we will start it. Kill this one. Yeah, so yeah, we talked about it earlier. The later we go in the run, sometimes you can just get one shot by shotgun because of the difficulty adjustment system that is broken.
Or the lack of difficulty adjustments.
Yeah. Jump over those lasers. Same one here, we can just go through there. Ignore the fire.
So it's even more difficult, but Uki knows every spawn of enemies, so even with that information it's still difficult, and enemies are still hectic in their behaviors. So it's very difficult even in casual game.
The game is really hard for here. We'll enable bullet time just for these two enemies because sometimes it can be very annoying.
The monitor shows me the way.
The only time we'll be using it, I think.
Yeah,
a lot of people know that mechanics, but that's the only time we'll be using it for this game.
We will see it a lot more in Max Payne 2, yeah.
Yes.
Processing diagrams fill
I
the
didn't
control room
skip the
screens.
cutscene when I needed to.
An elevator titled D6 on one of the screens. Some onward,
Here we go.
past rows of ovens in the core of the plant.
There we go.
Sorry, I just want to highlight a chat message that just says really cool jumps. And I just want to point out that like the only time you can realistically say that to someone is A, when you're a toddler and, you know, someone has just learned to jump, and B, during speedruns. Like, I feel like they're the only times where you can say to someone, hey, really cool jumps.
Not wrong.
Yeah, we did a quick out of bound to go downstairs easier because otherwise the fall damage would have killed us. Okay, we took a little bit of damage, but it should be okay. We'll just wait for the elevator to come. And we just need to kill the 2 enemies here, but sometimes they can be a bit tricky. There we go.
Nice. And that is a lesson for those of you who do live in apartment buildings with broken elevators. If you cannot be bothered going down the stairs, just go out of bounds. It's much easier.
Yeah. So here we will have dodge invincibility set up. This one is really fun because Max will be doing kind of like a photobomb. We'll see him in the background of the cutscene.
Don't mind me, I'm just falling.
Yeah.
My men are still inside. Do you have any idea why this is called Operation Deadeye?
Doesn't know how to open a door. No.
Not yet. We can't open just yet. We'll just need to.
Woman is killing me too, like a whole jar. I know why they fire that much. I think the person is already dead.
And
So shout out to those guys' facial expressions.
Yeah. Actually, we're standing here, waiting for them to open the door.
Evacuate the complex.
Yeah, the small smurfs.
Perfect. We killed the 3 enemies at the same time.
That was sick.
And in this level, you're supposed to go rescue a scientist so we can open that door. But if we just shoot the screen when the game says decontamination, the door just opens. There we go.
Sorry, Mr. Scientist.
I still die anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, everyone's died in the game, so that's okay.
Hey, look at me. I'm the scientist now.
Exactly. We are in a room full of lasers, but we just jump on one of them and most of the quick mine explode. We can go to the third level.
There was nothing more for me here. The bunker's name was active.
Final one here, we'll just shoot with the engram. This.
Self-destruction imminent.
There we go. Okay. The next level will be pretty fun because we are going to do another dodge roll invincibility glitch, but the enemies will follow us through the whole level and we won't kill any single one of them until the end. So it will be kind of loud because of how many enemies there will be. But first we need to do the setup. We need to do it in 30 FPS. So we will just roll now. We'll have to wait. We'll roll until Max get up after the car leaves. We will release it now, and when Max says scenes,
Right-hand man fleeing from the scene, leaving his paid thugs to do his dirty
let's
work.
test it out. If it works, we'll just stand. We need to know if it worked before we go too far, so we'll just stand in front of the enemies. There we go.
Nice.
So we are not immune to death trigger still, so we'll just wait for the car to go further, then we can go. Same here, if we go too far there, we will die, so we just back up. Then we can leave, wait for this grenade, wait for the car to bounce. There we go. Oh yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Just basically exploding themselves.
And we need to go through one level again before we are in the boss room. And there are some triggers that we will avoid with the super jump because we don't want the boss to be enabled too soon. We want it stuck inside inside this area right here with the explosive barrels. Quite convenient, if you ask me.
Come out wherever you are.
And right here, and he died. And now all the enemies are here and they just exploded.
Destroyed.
The payphone started to ring.
That was perfect because they were standing really in the same spot. Sometimes you need to like use 3 or 4 bullets, and this time we just do 2 of them.
It was an impressive floor show, but I decided to leave early anyway. It was only a 1-story fall. Lucky me.
So here we had that roll, but I think I did it too soon. It's not the worst level to not have it. Yeah, I don't have it. I just need to play it safe. Play it safe for a bit.
Play it safe, she says, in a game with broken difficulty adjustment.
Yeah, it's okay. Here we need to do a super jump, I think, and standing. Yeah. Not correct
Well done.
position. Jump here. Grab the painkiller because we kind of need it since we don't have the. We don't have the protection from this. We just need to kill this guy. Ah, yeah. It will be a bit of pain.
No, you're supposed to kill him, Hookie, not the other way around.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, you know what? Was the dead? Okay.
He's got the dead man walking glitch.
It's the most solid guy in the whole franchise.
Ah, come on. I'm stuck.
Still alive.
Okay. Okay, now he's dead. There we go.
There we go. That guy's...
It's the final
Man, it was
boss of the game, probably.
I was gonna say, that's not even supposed to be a hard enemy.
Yeah. So that's what
Now
can happen. Oh,
now
fortunately,
I was close.
this level
I
isn't
had
the
an angel
hardest.
guide me.
Isn't impossible.
Cold one. I
Like
had
the
nothing to
previous one,
lose.
if I didn't like manage to get the invisibility glitch in the parking one, I would have just reload the save. But this one, I was able to do it. So this part can be a bit tricky because we really need to hit a fast super jump because there is a lot of enemies. There we go.
Don't even have time to open the door.
I would just kill him,
Just-
but I think they would just be
Shoot it.
annoying me. Okay. Just to be safe, I decided to kill them. We're supposed to take the stairs, but I found a faster way if I can land it. Can I, please? Come on, Max, don't be shy. Thank you. We'll land on this pillar here to do another roll. There we go. Avoid this enemy here. Go down the stairs.
CIA, send me back up.
And we will do another invincibility setup here.
Take him down.
Same as the previous one. If this one doesn't work, we can actually finish the level. It's not too much of an issue. If I can just avoid the enemies, perfect. Okay,
Well
so
done.
we are already in the last 2 levels.
The penultimate level.
Yeah. We'll start with 3 super jump. If I can land them. Fortunately, in Max Payne 2, super jump will be there, but they will be easier to land. The timing is less precise.
To be honest, before watching you speedrun the game, I wasn't expecting a platformer game with a
Yeah.
Max
Like,
end up higher than Mario.
It's so important that people understand how difficult some of these super jumps are. Like, not only performing the super jump, like getting the tech right, but actually being able to maneuver Max in the air is just, yeah, it is a wildly impressive showcase of a really finicky glitch.
And with the super jump at the start of the level and by entering the elevator as soon as possible, I skipped the first part of the level. You're supposed to have a small wave of enemies to fight while waiting for the elevator, but because I was able to enter it when I didn't need to wait for it. One of the funniest part in this elevator was supposed to be the last time we see Mona Sachs, a character, very important character in the Max Payne games, that we don't actually see in the Max Payne 1 run. Don't worry, we will see her a lot during the Max Payne 2 run.
This is the last time we're supposed to see a character that we have not met yet.
From there, I'd be able to ride the security locks and get to her office.
Here we'll do some super jump to switch elevator faster.
The unmarked chopper was Horn's pet guardian, inhuman and
I only have
flawless.
3 grenade launcher ammo for the ending of the game. Should be okay.
Imagine playing a game with ammo.
We're now
I could never.
offline. All bets were off. The elevator would take
Okay,
me all the way up.
I
So-
mean, this is the show that features runs with bullets, Cass.
Yeah.
But I will showcase very soon, Dangerous, that you do not need ammo to have bullets. What was that? What was that explosion?
Yeah, I was going to say it. There was a small screamer because it's the last enemy of the previous room that just walk on a mine, on a three-fire mine.
Seen from this height, the night seemed to stretch on to eternity.
So here, this will
Desperation
be
had crept into the
the last room of this level.
as if it was trying to get it
There are a
all
few
out
waves of
before the
enemies, but
end.
we can just do super jump to get past those triggers, jump over them. So the first one is right here, like this, and the second one is in the stair, but if you got this, they are just standing, and we are just,
Horn's personal computer was on.
thank you. Thank you.
Just a little bit of it. Excuse me. Sorry. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Stop him!
So there is a wave of enemy here, but we will just with a grenade launcher. Last time we killed 3 of them, and the last one will just die with a grenade that his friends launched. That happened. 3 super jump here. We'll just wait for the cutscene. Like this.
A waste of time. The deaths of your wife and
This.
daughter were necessary. Inevitable.
Perfect.
Oh, that is so impressive.
This is piquing my fear of heights right now so bad.
Yeah. And there we go. So we need to shoot those cables. I didn't expect to land it, to hit it on the first try, so I wasn't ready to save. And okay, I got it. We'll throw a nade here. Do a save again. We will do one last grenade on these enemies, and it will be time when I hit this. A bit too. There we go. Time.
Well done.
Very nice.
And I have a quick magic trick. Do you want to see a magic trick, Cass and Tizona?
I always want to see a
Yeah.
magic.
Always.
I will make a helicopter happy. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da!
Amazing.
You think you could have summoned it in a better spot, Hookie? Maybe not directly under the falling pillar.
Uki is
Very
really
nice.
doing some kind of like magic in the whole with
So
the whole game. So.
What happened in that final cutscene is the helicopter was still waiting for us downstairs, and it just teleported to the end of the game. So this was Max Payne 1. I hope you enjoyed. bit harder than expected to be, but still a great one.
Yeah, it was an awesome run. And this is normally where we would call for shout outs, but you're actually going to be doing our next run as well.
Yeah.
So we'll do shout outs at the end of that one. But folks, we do want to give a chance for everybody to, get up, get a drink of water, do whatever you got to do between runs. So we're going to take a very short break. And when we come back, it will be Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. We'll see you soon. Hello and welcome back to Crosshair. We just saw Max Payne 1 here on GDQ Hotfix, and now we will see Max Payne 2 with Hookie. Hookie, take it away.
Thank you, Samlik, for the introduction. We're still with Tizona and Cass, and we are going to the second game, the second Max Payne game.
Yes, we're still here.
So this one will be a bit shorter. Some mechanics from the third game are returning, but we don't need to play with FPS as we did in the previous game. So we don't need the explanation at the start. Are we ready to start?
Yeah.
Ready when you are.
Okay, so once again we will load the cutscene from the prologue, and we can do 3, 2, 1,
hallucinating.
go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so we're into Max Payne 2 now. As Hookie mentioned, we don't need to be playing around with FPS like we did in Max Payne 1. The movement has also been normalized, so I don't believe we're going to be running diagonally as regularly. Is that right?
We are not going to be running diagonally, but we are going to jump a lot because jumping is much faster in this game.
We love a good bunny hop.
Yeah, and we will be using bullet time a lot in this game. You will see it later because the mechanic has changed a little bit, and when we kill enemies, we are getting a small speed boost that we will use a lot. Here we do a reload jump. That's a new kind of super jump that we can do by using the reload animation. Excuse me, Max. Thank you. We jump under here to get the trigger of the level, and we are already at the near end of the level, but we need to go get certain triggers from this level. And what is going to be very funny is we will meet an enemy that is supposed to be at the very start of the level. This enemy is supposed to guide us to a trap, but you will see we will shoot a first enemy here. And there will be this guy that is leading us to a trap, but we already know this is the trap, so we can just shoot him. And you see the screen flashing, not too much, but a little bit with the bullet time activation. It's giving us a small boost. The hourglass in the bottom left is getting yellow when we have that boost.
We don't have the control lock anymore, so we will see blood. I'm very sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no parental control. We didn't actually talk about it in the first run though, but big shout out to Hookie, especially those of you who are photosensitive or a little bit more sensitive to flashing lights. Hookie is actually playing on a modded version of the game that reduces flashing lights, which is an awesome thing to do for speedruns, as they can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming.
That was developed by 100% one of the Max Payne 1 and 2 top runners. So really thanks to them for this. Here we will jump here, kill those enemies.
I think we won't be able to use also the glitching glitch. Won't be using it anymore in the game.
This one was supposed to die here, it's okay. So here we'll just wait this enemy because we need the Molotov and the small shotgun. And we'll throw an A that's supposed to kill, yeah it did. Kill the last enemy, so we have time to get those 3 grenades that will be very useful for the end of, for the next levels. we get the end trigger before we kill the last enemy, so we can carry the speed boost to the next level as well. So here you can see we have another dream sequences, and with the speed boost in those sequences, Max is rolling very fast. Max. We can talk a bit about the story, I think, with this dream sequences. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to talk a little bit about it?
Tizona, I am going to pass the story over to you.
Oh, the story. Well, I just know that Max Payne, something happened between Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2, and Max Payne is still at the in YPD, but he doesn't remember. And I think there was something involving I don't know what's his name anymore. Manasax. Yeah.
Right. The first two acts of the game will be Max trying to remember what happened, what led him to waking up in the hospital. But yeah, Monasax, that was supposed to be dead at the end of Max Payne 1, is actually back. So right now we are trying to catch up to her, but she blocks the door. We are trying to reach her. We want to go at a certain floor, but we won't use the step. We will use this pizza box, and we will use a Molotov cocktail to... No, not high enough. There we go.
Literally my favorite glitch of both games.
Yeah, this one is so...
That was awesome.
Please tell me that it's called the pizza box skip.
It's a there was actually a faster way to do it, but it's not as fun. It's just
it's
the
fun.
triple super
It's
jump.
funnier.
I don't care. I'm using the pizza box every time.
Use the pizza box.
Yeah. Here we will just kill this enemy so we can get the hourglass, and we are going to use the 6 painkiller that we have, because we are trying to tank the fire damage like this. And we will go to the really fell grenade where the enemy are supposed to spawn. Right here. And a Molotov where they spawn. There we go. So here we have a small of a calmer level when we don't have to fight a lot. We are meeting with Monasax that in the first game we're thinking that we killed the person who was behind the Valkyrie project. I dodged too late, so I did this slow animation. But we are trying to find the true responsible behind it, the one that still like trying to move and deal with this drug.
I have to shout out somebody in chat that said that was a weird pizza delivery.
Yeah.
It's an incredible comment. Thank you.
Broken echoes of it everywhere, like a bad replay. You get mad at everybody.
There was some interesting scenery choice in the game.
This level is very interesting when you first play the game. Here we'll do a super jump because we don't want to do the whole area. But yeah, this one is very reflective on Max Payne life, on what happened with his wife and his daughter, and what happened with Monasax. Because in this game there is a bit of romance developing between Max and Mona, both of them having lost a loved one in the first game. So they are teaming up together to find the truth and stop who was behind everything.
I have the floor plans in front of me. I can guide you through.
So in this level we will see a lot of we'll use a lot the bullet time mechanic.
For this to work,
Trying to get as fast as possible in this level.
Let's get to work. Cleaners
We need
ahead
to
the
fetch an extra grenade from one of the enemies here.
they're cleaning other apartments as well.
So the drops from enemies are consistent. Like you're always
Yeah.
going to get a grenade from that enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Exactly. The spawn are consistent and the enemy drops are consistent too. So we can just jump here, no fall damage on this part of the level. And we will kill this enemy to refresh the boost. We took a lot of damage. I hope it's gonna be okay.
Sound like a broken record here. More cleaners to the right in the lobby, behind the door.
Thanks.
I'm out of ideas, Max.
I'll check the apartment.
And we'll jump on this enemy. Oh no, he fell down too late, and we don't got the cutscene here
Found a window cleaner's
that allow us to
head
just fall down
Max?
Yeah.
without taking too much damage.
Damn it.
Mona? Mona! Mona! Someone had got the Mona. Nothing worked.
Kill those enemies here. There will be a quick cutscene that we will skip. We'll throw a grenade to kill as many of the enemies that are standing here. Stand here, throw a grenade for this enemy that will go through that door. And there should be one last enemy. Perfect. We kill them all. We'll just wait for the final one. Hello. And this is the end of part 1.
Poor guy
Well
just
done.
arrived this
Yeah,
far.
Better get Winterson.
Number one, thank you. You may step.
I wanted to talk to Winterson's witness.
So we are stuck waiting a little bit so we can just mess around in the police station.
My favorite place to just mess around in.
Yeah. And Payne can be a really annoying for his colleague like this.
He could be a pain
And
in
so
the butt.
we don't have Sam Lake anymore as Max Payne, but we still have him in certain cutscene like this one, small Easter eggs that are very fun. No TV for you.
Already the Remedyverse.
Yeah.
Also, there is a Game Boy Advance game for the first game, but kind of the same game. And there is also movies that we won't speak.
No, don't speak about the Max Payne movie. It's
The Max Payne movie I only
media.
just discovered existed while doing research for this run.
Wow.
What was it? What was it you said earlier to Zona, that the Max Payne game is a better movie than the Max Payne movie?
yeah.
That was a video maker, French video maker, says as a conclusion of his review of the game, of the movie. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Like, I like Mark Wahlberg, but not even he could have saved that one.
There isn't flying creature in the game. I don't know. I don't know why they added that. But, well, different creative visions.
And we'll just escape the police station here. And there will be a very interesting glitch coming right up. So we talked about the dodge in the first game, and in this one you still have a small animation when you are pressing some button in bullet time. And the most interesting one is the reload animation when you... I'm stuck. I will just need to reload the save. Okay, I will reload it earlier, because this one can be sometimes random without, yeah, like this.
Nice.
This time I got a creep pass. We want to get the full boost, so we'll kill this guy late, and we want to get the I think okay, maybe there we go, first try, perfect.
Hell yeah, well done.
This one can be tricky sometime. What we did with the reload animation, very long reload animation that we get when we have the full boost, first we walked to the end of the level, and because we finished the level right in this animation, the game glitched out and we are still getting that invincibility. This only lasts for... Excuse me?
Explosives.
I want to do some super jumps, thank you. This will only last for 2 levels because we will soon be playing as Monasax, but it's still very useful for those two doors. Here.
So is the super jump the same sort of strategy of you're switching weapons and then jumping at the right frame?
You see, you can actually do it switching just by switching between the same type of weapon, but the timing is very precise and it's very hard to do so. Most people only use it in one specific spot that I don't. I won't be showcasing today because it's very tough to hit. I fell.
Oh my god, Max did transition.
Yeah, we are not playing as Mona Sax because Max is stuck behind some debris. I took a lot of damage. I hope it's alright. And here we'll do jump over there to avoid the spawn of the enemies in this room, because this one can be very tricky. We don't want to be annoyed.
Shoutouts to her hair physics being like super realistic for some reason.
Wait until you
There's like strange parts of the game that are like I think very realistic, and then parts that are just completely not. And I get that they're probably gameplay designs, but it's so funny. Like back in Max Payne 1, people were talking about the attention to detail that was not really included in a lot of games of this era. And then literally 5 seconds later, I saw a padlock that was the size of Max Payne's head. And it was like, okay, wow.
And we talk about the air, but like you will see the couple of second Mona Sax doing rolls is like, I don't know what's the name in English for this, but like a full 360 wheel.
Like a cartwheel?
When she's
Cartwheel, yeah. So here we are actually doing a triple super jump that we can do with the new system in Max Payne 2, because the timing is less tricky. We can get a bit higher, but the timing is still hard to hit. There we go.
Mona, I can see a gateway to another yard. I think I can.
And we are going to reach already the final level of part 2, and the final level with Mona. We just need to jump over this trigger here. And here we are trying to jump over a death trigger that I missed. And we will use the animation of killing these guys that are staying here, so we don't take fall damage. Can be a bit tricky to hit sometime.
It's tricky, but it's stylish.
Oh, I didn't kill him. Really? Perfect. Okay, so
Yeah,
Very action
hello, Max.
movie.
nicely done.
Max is standing there waiting for us to heal the enemies, but we'll just go to the end of the level without him. We don't need.
I was going to ask, because I did see that Max had a health bar represented on screen.
Yeah.
So he can take damage through this scene.
Yeah.
Huki showing me that it was possible to shoot at him.
We can't.
Oh, that was what was
can
happening when I came back from making my coffee.
Yeah. We can shoot at him. This level you're supposed to protect Max Payne, and we will have like a protection mission later in the run. But you're supposed to protect Max. But yeah, we're just ending the level without without a lot of encounters, and Max isn't really in danger in the slots.
The narrative transition, you say we have to protect him, and the level just after is like a nightmare.
Yes, notoriously need protection character Max Payne. We didn't just see an entire game of him not needing protection at all.
But now we are back inside. Yeah, as Stina said, a nightmare sequence. This one will be a bit longer than the first one, and we will skip a few cutscenes, and we will have a. We talked about in the first run, in Max Payne run, about the you are in a computer game, Max. We are going to see it again in this dream, but this time we will be able to see it because it's not tied to a comic. You will see in a couple of seconds. We'll just jump here. Keep this cutscene. And right here in this room, we just answer the phone, and while we wait for the dialogue.
Spoiler.
Remedy been planting those seeds since 2003.
So Max Payne finally remember what happened. Why was he shot? And we are back in the hospital, but the hospital is overrun by mercenaries and we don't have any weapons, so for the beginning of level we will just need to run and reach an area that will allow us to finally get a weapon. He actually shot me. Get some painkillers here. Excuse me. Thank you. So we are hiding here. Sometimes it can see us through this hole.
That's kind of impressive as an either. They can see through the holes.
The dead security
Grab the shotgun
guard
here.
dropped his gun in the doorway. If I could get to it, I could fight back.
The classic early 2000s shooter game stealth section. Well, not this part.
I believe that's what we call stealth.
But that first part was pretty
stealth games.
Here we want to avoid taking damage as much as possible because we will need our painkiller for the next level. So right now I'm quite happy with how I'm doing. So we are standing here. No, please don't dodge. Thank you. And the last one is here. Perfect. We still have 5 painkiller, which is a lot compared to some of my previous run in practice. But I failed the jump. Start the level. And this one shot us. We lost a little bit of health, but it's okay. Another triple super jump here, so we can reach the next floor. And we'll just do a leap of faith down there. But we need to get the jump timing right so we can like not get stuck for too long. Oh, I fell through the hole. I had to land on the top of the railing.
Like I said back in Max Payne 1, this is a game of millimeters. Yeah, great work.
Okay, and on this one we are going to use the slow motion to... okay, I will need to... I need to go get the save earlier because we need to get through this door before it closes. So we'll just use this slow motion a bit earlier when the enemies are still entering the door. Perfect. Excuse me. Thank you. The door closed.
Yeah, great
really
sequence
fast.
break. Oh, kill me. Oh. Okay, my bad. I thought I had a save.
I will just try to redo it fast. I thought he was dead, but not bad. Okay, so that's good. Finally!
I was still a couple of blocks away from Vinny's place. I had to be home.
So, you're supposed to go through some building, but with a quick super jump here, we can just skip those, kill those enemies to get the bullet time boost. And we'll use bullet time to just kill those enemies when they spawn. Before we start the longest mission of the game, Dearest of all, my friend, you will see this funny man in a costume, Vinny. Watch out, his costume is rigged with explosive, don't touch him.
Vinny actually kind of an important character through the series, but here is kind of ridiculous, and it's cosplayed, I don't know, as Captain Baseball Bat Boy, I think. It's a series, it's a fictional series, well, created by Sam Lake himself.
Yeah, created the feature in the first game, and that return in this one too. So here we just kill the enemy when they spawn.
Those guys can super jump too.
Here we'll press this button that will make enemy appear out of the floor. Like this.
It really gives the impression of a zombie game, so disappearing at random places.
Throw a grenade here, kill the guy here, and the last one over there. There we go.
Vinny was
Here we'll do a little bit of a sequence break by killing those two enemies as fast as possible before Vinny can enter the room and get too far. Normally Vinny is supposed to go around the room a little bit, get stuck because his head is too big, and because we did that, he will just go through the actual exit. There we go.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's
It's
Sam Lake.
horrifying.
We saw Sam Lake in the last game, and we see me in this game. It's fine.
The series in the game, it's a series that is shown to kids.
Yeah. But Vinny
wanted
is
to,
a big fan.
I wanted to say it earlier, but I wanted to let Hookie focus when there was a drawing of this character on the whiteboard earlier. I was almost like, game, look, they put you in this game, and then you've just gone and made the joke for me.
Wow. Thanks, Cass.
I got you, mate.
I was maybe in the wrong spot because the enemy was supposed to spawn. They will spawn, yeah, they will spawn a bit later, it's okay. Need to wait for the last wave here. Not sure too much of a problem anyway because we need Vinny to... Yeah, it's okay, Vinny. We're doing this because we want his dialogue to end earlier.
Okay, so that's a real reason I thought in you. We wanted to,
pretty sure
to do it to hurt him.
But it's funny anyway, so we do it. And Vinny will come here. Because we're playing over... The only problem with playing over 60 FPS is sometimes Vinny can get stuck. But we are just going to press save and he will get unstuck.
Is that because I remember in Max Payne 1 there was a part where you would drop the frame rate to reduce Max's hitbox. So it's the same kind of thing here. The higher frame rate results in slightly larger hitboxes.
It's not really... I wouldn't say it's really smaller hitboxes. It's more like the physics updating, and sometimes Vinny can get stuck quite easily.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of this. So we'll just wait for the last enemy to spawn. So yeah, this level is the longest one, nearly 5 minutes. When most of the other levels are like 2 or 1 minute. And we need to protect Vinny until the end, wait until he's on the car. There will be another car entering here. And we just wait for the screen to shake, to throw a grenade at them. Come on, Vinny. And there will be one last wave of enemies that we will wait here.
We gotta wait! My car's up ahead! We gotta wait, Payne! I can't fucking believe it!
There we go.
How nice of them to just all line up for you like that.
Yeah, nice of them.
Cover me,
Um,
clear them out!
we are going to play for the next level one final time as Mona Sax. Because something unfortunate happened to Max and to Vinny. But I'm pretty sure Vinny is fine, don't worry about it. Nothing very bad happened.
Okay, I feel like you're lying to us right now.
Nah, it's okay. We are jumping to the fire. We are taking a little bit of damage. It's okay. I would have liked to take no damage, but we can just grab those painkiller over here to heal very quick. We're doing a reload jump over here, and here you see this electric field. You're supposed to disable it, but because we have our health full, we can tank one hit of it. Oh no, Vinny.
Flat.
Oh. No, it's okay. I'm sure it's okay. Can just maybe put him back together. I don't know. So it was a costume. It's okay. It's okay.
Boss is already here.
And we have one last dream sequences here.
You're the only one who can sell that.
Bullet in the head.
The killer's looking for an answer, but he's looking for
And in these sequences, we will have, compared to the other dream sequences, we will actually have our gun. So at the beginning of the level, we will do a wall, and when after we kill an enemy, or not even an enemy, just the janitor that was standing there, we will use bullet time to go a bit faster. So we,
Janitor doing his job.
yeah, he's just standing there, but we still get the boost.
Ati wouldn't approve. But
And then, Ati is stronger than a few bullets. But what's funny is the janitor was singing a song called Late Goodbye, which was the first song that Poet of the Fall did as a band and for Remedy. This is the end credits song.
Max, come on.
And we are at the end of this section. And we are approaching the penultimate level of this game. So here we'll just kill a few enemies. What we want is to wait until a certain enemy spawn that will give us an engram so we can do super jump. As I said, it's possible to do super jump with only one type of weapon, but it's a very dangerous glitch. So we'll just go the easier way. You can just sometimes slip on this part here. There we go, on the roof. That's the nice view. And we'll just go to the end of the final room of the level. Like this. Here to make the enemy spawn, because we need to kill those 5 enemies before we can reach the end of this level. Here we are just baiting this enemy because we don't want to enter its room, because otherwise the room will explode and it will block us from going out of bound. We're actually out of bound here. We're not supposed to be here with Mona Sax on the floor. So we skip already a big part of the level. And here we'll do a bit of a sequence break because we will kill those enemies here. And we will kill them as well. And we are blocking with our body, we are blocking. Can you please die? Thank you. We are blocking the glass door. There is still an invisible wall preventing us from going ahead. But in a few seconds after our enemy is gone, we can kill those two enemies with bullet time enabled, and with bullet time we can reach perfect first try. We reach the elevator before it closes, otherwise we will have need to wait for it to go down.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
Just before the end of the game, so.
And this is now the final section of this game. I think I'm in the wrong spot. I will try. Just shoot these. And it's... Oh, no, no more. And it's time.
It's time.
GG.
Congratulations.
GG.
And we did it with minimum pain.
Yeah.
Min pain. But yeah, tell everybody where we can find you on the internet, and also tell us about the marathons that you have coming up both tomorrow and as the opening runner for Flame Fatales. What?
Yeah, so to talk a bit about Speedrun, I'm mainly a Remedy game, so you will find me in a few minutes on the casting couch to talk about cast run, control run, and I will be doing on the 7th of September, I think, the opening run for Flame Fatals on Control any %. So please tune in for this one on this day, and I want to thank Dane for letting me talk a bit about it. Starting tomorrow and for the whole weekend, there will be a French charity event that will be a part of called Money for Flowers. So please, if you want to come in, don't hesitate to follow my channel. The event will be in French, obviously, but I hope it will be still fun to watch. I want to thank Cass and especially Tizona, who was on the couch with me as Speedrun when I play Control, and I'm really happy to have them today again for another Remedy run.
Thank you, thanks to you. That's a Speedrun made me discover Max Payne in a very unique and creative way, and so thanks for having me, and it's always a pleasure to cast your impressive performance.
Thank you.
Well, thank you both for showcasing the first two Max Payne games. And folks, Tizona's not going to be joining us for Control, but Hooky and Cass are going to be swapping seats. And we'll be bringing in another commentator as well for our next run coming up next, which is Control. So we're going to take another quick break, let you stretch your legs, do all the good stuff. And when we come back, Control. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to Crosshair. We have seen both Max Payne's 1 and 2, and now we will see Control with Cass XCII. Cass, take it away.
Thank you very much, Dangerous and Sam Lake. Hello, everybody. My name is Cass. You've just heard me for the last hour talking Max Payne with Hooky. But now I'm here to showcase my own game. I am joined by the incredible Ashley93OBTW. Ash, please introduce yourself.
Hi, that's my name. I've ran this game since 2020, and it's my favorite speed game ever. So when I found out he was going to be on Hotfix, I was like, and you didn't invite me?
I haven't invited you yet.
Literally why I'm here.
Hadn't invited you yet, but no, welcome to, this is not actually the celebration of Remedy's birthday, this is just the Cass and Hooky Power Hour, because Hooky is still here to help with commentary for Control.
Hello, do you know that Control Resonance is coming out in 2 months? You should pre-order it.
I do know that, Hookie. I do know that. All right, we're going to get straight into the run. So, Dane, I need you to confirm that this was not a bit that we pre-organized. Because you know how you really like Sam Lake's face?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh.
Fair warning.
Did you know that Sam Lake also really likes your face?
Anyone here?
Texture, thank you.
Oh.
Oh my god. Why?
Hey, don't ask me, mate. This is stock. I haven't changed anything. So we're going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. So welcome to Control. We are playing as Jesse Faden. This is the first skip. I stuffed it up. I was too busy talking, but this is the first skip. There we go. There it is. Hang on. I just need to check, make sure that my macro is turned on. So we are playing as Jesse Faden. We've infiltrated the Federal Bureau of Control in search of our brother. And that's about all the story we're going to give you, because this is an incredible game that you should absolutely play. We just met Artie. He's the janitor. He's not played by Sam Lake. And we are just going to make our way through. We are here for a job interview for a janitor's position. And, well, at least that's what we think we're here for. Things are going to get a little bit more complicated than that. It's a really great run. There's a lot going on. This is going to be the inbounds category. So this is our closest version we have to sort of a glitchless or no major glitches category. But Ash will be able to explain a bit more of that as we go. The game is going to start off with a bang.
You know what's on my mind.
I was a little bit early there, but that's okay.
Dylan.
So we are heading to the director's office. The director has unfortunately has met an unfortunate end. So we do what any of us would do, and we pick up the murder weapon. And just like in real life, when someone dies, if you pick up the murder weapon, you get their job. So we are now the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Well, once we pass this little trial that the gun is going to put us through. So the gun is a very unique weapon. I mentioned earlier during the Max Payne run that I couldn't play a game with ammunition. So we have a limited sort of ammo pool. It's more of an overheat mechanic. So you're going to see that I'm able to do sort of about 15 shots here before I run out of that ammo pool. And then it's just going to recharge itself over time. We're just going to take out these enemies here as efficiently as possible. And Ash, would you like to talk a little bit about the way we manipulate enemy spawns?
Yeah, so where the game decides to spawn enemies is they have their own set of spawn points in each area, but where you are and where the camera's facing decides where they go. So you'll see that he, sort of pointed the camera towards it back when it went to spawn those enemies, and you're going to see a lot of that throughout the run. Just we point the camera where we want enemies is what it boils down to.
You're going to see it.
Another thing is whenever enemies are hung up in the air like that, you can actually damage them early. That is kind of used everywhere we can, I think.
Yeah, it's not super important there, but there is one coming up that's going to make it a bit easier.
And another thing you're going to notice is this service weapon is not the most accurate thing in the world, unfortunately, so we do wind up expending our full ammo pool here and there, which loses a couple seconds anytime it happens. But alongside the weapon is a melee attack, which is kind of like our backup, fallback sort of ability, which at this point in the game does half HP, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna shoot that guy in the back. Go ahead.
And later in the run, we will unlock other way to deal damage, but now we only have the service weapon, so we're not able to cycle through our tools, and we have a small boss here that we will knock before we shoot in the head to kill it. Oh! Consecutive kill boost and energy recovery. There is a bit of randomness in this game, and Cass just got 2 of the best mods to get in the early game.
Yeah, so the game has 2 different types of mods. There are energy mods, there are weapon mods and personal mods. Personal mods will do things like increase Jesse's health pool, health regeneration, or energy pool. Energy is basically mana. And then the weapon mods will do things like increase damage, increase the rate at which your ammo refills, things like that. And yes, I just picked up one that will give me extra damage after killing the first enemy of an area, and one that will increase my mana recharge. So we do have little mods that sort of make drops really consistent, that we often use for marathon settings, just so we can really showcase the run, but I'm not using them here, so we're going to be completely beholden to RNG.
and you still got very good mods. And we talked about the fact that we are playing on the current patch, the latest version of the game. In the legacy version, you will see now, you see on the bottom left a small indicator of the consecutive kill boost. Oh,
You got that early spawn.
yeah.
The other guy's to your right.
I don't think I've ever seen this happen before. What?
It's really bizarre,
It's
like
so
why it happens. I think it happens when your camera clips out of bounds or something.
That is okay. I've got like 600 resets in this game, and I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's just a weird thing that happens every now and again, and that just completely threw that whole room like off script, if it as it were.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Here we see our first implement of shielded enemies. Shielded enemies require some kinetic energy. Bullets will do very, very little to them. So right now, my only form of kinetic energy is my melee attack. And very, very, very soon, in fact, I'm going to get a new form of that, which will also become our primary damage dealing for the rest of the run. Huki sort of talked about it earlier. It sort of becomes a balancing act between resources. So we do have energy, which we will be using for both launch and dash, and then we have our ammo pool, obviously. I'm going to stop talking so you all can hear the best sound effect in the game. There it is. And here we have a little skip coming up, so I'm going to focus while we talk about ladder skip.
Yeah, this is kind of a dev intended skip, as in they knew about it and left it in, but you can just do that tricky little jump right there and skip the whole crouching behind cover tutorial.
And now we've touched the floppy disk, and we can throw things with our minds.
That's just how control is.
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
So basically, there's a bunch of, to not go too deep into it, but the Federal Bureau of Control is a government organization that's set on securing, containing, and protecting objects of power and altered items. It's one of those like all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares type situation, where all objects of power are altered items, but not every altered item is an object of power. So objects of power are very specific ones that if you are what's called a para-utilitarian, which is basically someone who has the ability to harness para-utility, you can sort of bond with the object of power, and it will give you sort of new powers. So the first one that we have is obviously the launch ability. The service weapon itself is also an object of power, but the special power that it comes with is like a C-level executive job. So, just like in the real world, the best superpower is a high-paying job.
And then this, in typical control fashion, it'll give you a new ability and then immediately give you the answer to that ability, like for the enemy side. So Tamasi will actually dodge anything you throw at him, and so we actually will sort of bait this dodge move out because it's on a cooldown by shooting at him first, which is what we're doing here to dispatch this first boss. Very nicely done.
We don't actually kill him. He just maybe he
goes back
somewhere. Oh no.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things about running any percent is right here. Jesse says, I have a feeling he'll be back. And if you do all bosses, she's right. But if you do any percent, she's completely wrong because we never see that man again. And now we are approaching our first sort of bizarre remedy thing, the Ocean View Motel and Casino. This is a repeated place throughout the wider Remedyverse. It is a sort of a place of power that exists between worlds and connects a lot of Remedy worlds together. So basically, it's filled with a puzzle. This first one is super easy. We just need to hit a button hit the bell 3 times, run to the third room, and get it. But fun fact, since we are celebrating Remedy, we have a spiral there for the Alan Wake universe. We have that symbol there for the Quantum Break universe, and there we have a door for Mr. Door from Alan Wake 2. So
everything else is to be developed.
Everything else is, yes, TBD. Like we said, we've got Resident coming out in a couple of months now, and who knows what the rest of it is. Here we're going to see our first quit out as well. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I have to do this part first. But
can I like talk about something that I really love about this game? Is
always
in the Ocean View Motel. It's really just like an exploration sort of section of the game, but it's one of these things that is kind of actually user hostile, both in how you enter and leave the motel, because the game wants you to do the same thing multiple times, and that sort of like connects the narrative or the interaction medium of the game with the narrative, where this is a strange world that you are experiencing for the first time as Jesse. That kind of like clicked in my head recently, and I just love talking about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is like Ash said at the very start, this is his favorite speed game. This is my favorite speed game and my favorite game of all time. So if you haven't played it, don't worry, we're going to spoil very little of it. You're going to see not even a third of what the game has to offer. And it's great to play, and it always goes on sale for like $5, so you can pick it up. Like Huki said, this is the current patch of the game. So what you're seeing right now is the version of the game that you could install right now.
Jesse, did you get the
Yeah, I just thought it was like worth talking about that, since there's literally nothing going on in the part of the run. So, but to talk about quit outs, the game sort of runs with a checkpoint system. So whenever you quit the menu, it just sort of sets you back to the last checkpoint. And between each control point, which are basically our like bonfires kind of thing, we can fast travel between them. So after we got done with the objective, we quit out, went back to the last control point, and then fast traveled back here to save some time.
I just got a tiny skip there that saves like a second, where you can activate that elevator twice and it detects that you're in a rush. So it just skips a little fade out there and saves barely any time whatsoever. Here we're coming up on a neat little trick that I'm going to need you all to remember by basically switching the camera over Jessie's other shoulder, so you can change which side the camera is facing on. By switching it to her left shoulder, standing right here and aiming here, I can shoot through this window and make those guys fall down. Remember that in about 6 minutes time.
It's a promise.
So the other thing is that we're doing that is because right here we kind of have to kill time. This control point's actually broken if you run like beelines at this point of the game from one of the cutscenes that we skipped through, because the devs, I guess, never actually tested like if the game works correctly when you run from like through the entire game like this. So we kind of hang back for a little bit, and then some timer flag clears, and then the control point is unlocked and we can interact with it.
Yeah, if we do it wrong, we have to wait like 20 seconds for a second wave of enemies to spawn, and the control point will not unlock until after that 20 seconds.
And they're supposed to spawn right away, which is like there's some timer that gets set way too high, I believe.
Just from the enemy of a scripted spawn location, so you that's really a great navigation here. And we will go a bit on the side to do a side mission to get our second object, or third actually, because yeah, I spoke about there is also the service weapon, but we will get our third object of power that will give us an interesting ability that we don't actually need to finish the game, but it just makes the game much faster.
How do you think it got down here?
Yeah, so casually, I had a really hard time with this game the first time I played it, and it wasn't until I was watching a sort of a Let's Play video once I did finish it that I saw the person dashing around, and I was like, where the hell did you get that ability? Turns out, yeah, this game's really hard when you don't have the iframes that a dash gives you. But you like I said, this is like Huki said, this is a side mission, so we technically don't need to do it, but it's real fast, so we're gonna go do it. Oh, come on, game.
And this is also the closest thing to out of bounds we get in this category.
Yeah, it may looks out of bounds, but if we take a look at what we're doing in any percent or standard run of this game, we are not breaking any walls, we're not going through roof, so it's not considered out of bounds. We are just navigating around, playing a little bit.
We're still inside, yeah, we're still inside like the whole, like the backdrop, I guess.
And a special shout out to the wonderful GDQ staff member Brian Otto, who really talked me through how to do that skip properly, because turns out while I was grinding for world record, I was like losing an unnecessary amount of time there until one day Bri was in my chat and was just like, hey, try it this way instead.
I didn't know about that story. That's fun. So right here,
tiny skip here. Oh, no, that's not
that.
Just barely.
It's okay.
If you space your dashes out just right, you can sort of squeeze past through the crack in the wall as the elevator comes up, and you can skip having to ride it down.
Wow, that was a lot of damage. Yeah, elevators have a really interesting mechanic in this game where you can't jump while you're on them, and that is going to become a little bit relevant later in like like maybe like 40 minutes or so. But here we're meeting Arish. He's just another one of the characters. We do get a really fun, sort of quirky cast of characters throughout the game. We've already met my personal favorite, Emily Pope. Which we will see her again. Thankfully, we will see her again several times throughout the rest of the run as well. But here, just a bit of combat. I've got to kill all of these little boomer guys to sort of unlock the next part. These guys are very frustrating enemies. They will just sort of slowly float towards you until they are within range, where they will just explode. And they are essentially silent until they are upon you. And then they'll just have this gross screaming sound, and then they'll explode.
It's kind of like Serious Sam.
Yeah, very much like Serious Sam, actually.
Those enemy can't one-shot you, but you can easily get like one that explodes on you, and before Jesse has time to recover about the first explosion, you can get a second one that will kill you. So you need to be very careful with them. But Cass is doing a great job so far. We will use another control point. There are multiple control points to this game. Some of them, like the previous one Cass took, are not mandatory, but they will be useful when we teleport to them later in the game, or just as sometimes safety save during the run.
Safety saves in a marathon, Hookie? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, here we've got a nice little puzzle that we can do in a very specific way that will reduce the number of enemies we need to fight. So it's basically I've got to put three batteries into 3 battery sockets. This last one, unfortunately, is going to not work for a particular reason. And that particular reason is we have to go shoot a bunch of nipples from a clog.
Words that should never be uttered on stream.
You were not kidding. Wow.
Nope. Nope, my chat calls this nipple aim labs, and I'm very bad at it. This clog is a sort of a recurring enemy and arch nemesis of the janitor, Artie. One of its only weaknesses is listening to Artie's favorite song, which is called Heroes Tango?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't carry in Tango. It is actually sung by Artie.
So once we entered the last objective, that gave us a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And so at that point, we can just quit out and go back to the control point, and faster we'll go to the next one. What's going on here is we have a number of sub-objectives that we have to go and do to fix the power plant. The power plant is currently melting down, and the janitor sent us to go and fix it. We have to fix the power plant so we can lift the lockdown and access the rest of the building. Basically what's going on here. And this is kind of just a quick little run through section. If you're really unlucky though, we'll shake, and well, that can happen too, I guess.
We don't have to kill any enemies in this room. We just kill this guy to be safe, because as he's really low. When the screen is red, you can very easily die.
I was gonna say, let's talk about health.
Please, let's talk about health while I try not to die.
You are technically invincible in this game as long as the screen isn't bloody red. Whenever you're low on HP, you can deal damage to enemies, and they'll drop the little blue dots on the ground. And once you pick those up, that gives you your health back. We're gonna.
And you remember approximately 6 minutes ago when I said, "Remember this in 6 minutes." This is the room that we're in, where all those floating guys were. By shooting them and making them fall down, it activates them, and then I got far enough away that they despawn, so we just save ourselves from having to do a really silly fight in this room, which is really, really fun.
That is an inbounds only tech. That doesn't work in any other category.
Yes. The game is a bit lost and doesn't know if we actually did the fight or not, so okay, you go ahead, you can leave the internal lockdown, and we will just go to Emily before we can access the third part of the game, the research sector.
Also, surprise, we have a hidden dangerous on our front as well.
Let's talk, Emily. Just
Why?
Thankfully, I am friends with one of your moderators, so I was able to reach
I'm
out and be
aware.
like, hey, can you find me some really funny photos of Dane? But you should be very grateful for that, because my other option was to reach out to your wife, and I feel like she would have had way funnier photos.
See, what's funny is you got pictures of me when I had short hair, so that's
yes.
weird for me to see
That was very much what we were going for.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
I had a great selection to choose from, I'm not going to lie.
You're trying to not get invited back.
Yeah.
Not till next Remedy birthday, anyway. All right, so this part here is really, really dangerous. We're getting our first sniper enemies, and these guys are wildly accurate, and I do have to, like, stand against this door for a few seconds. So thankfully we got through it, because one of those sniper shots will put me to 1 health, and then the next part of damage I take will kill me, and we're about to have a huge amount of enemies here. So thankfully I got through there without taking any damage, and then it's just going to be a matter of standing in the right spot so that all the enemies spawn up on this raised section here, so they all just spawn right in front of me, and I can just hopefully take them all out as quickly as possible. So I'm using as many bullets as I possibly can until my gun runs out, and then switching to my launch, and then switching back to my gun once I'm out of ammo. That was so many intrusive patterns. We do have a bit of a flashing light warning here, so if you are sensitive to flashing lights, please look away from the screen. I will give you the best audio description I possibly can. Basically, we're entering into a room that has 2 batteries and 2 battery sockets, and there's also an enemy that's sort of like a black ball of hissing debris. Imagine the Tassie Tiger from Looney Tunes. Basically, we're going to bait him into a room that's sort of covered in soundproof foam in a way, and then run outside, dash out past him, hit a button on a wall that's powered thanks to the 2 batteries that we put in, and the flashing lights are now over. So thank you for looking after your health. This enemy here is the reason that we leveled up to 5 launch when I did it the last time I was leaving Central Executive, because that enemy there is called a Hiss Cluster, and he is going to heal every enemy in the vicinity faster than I can deal damage to them unless I kill him fast enough. And if I go to 5 launch, he will die in 2 launches as opposed to 3, which is just faster. Now we're going to go bowling. Strike, probably. Oh my god, I actually just got so many.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
That was amazing.
But yes,
all but one. I'm very impressed with myself.
Yeah. Good job. The East Cluster is really annoying, and you will often see Cass rushing to get it first inside. Oh, nice one. One of the things we didn't talk about launch is the object will deal damage every time it's moving when we are launching it. That means if Cass is able to pull an object from behind an enemy, it will actually do twice the damage when it hits the enemy on the way to Jesse, and the second time when Jesse launched the object.
Yeah, it's wild to think that the game with the greatest force mechanic isn't a Star Wars game, because the launch ability in this game is just so incredibly fun to use.
Yeah.
And here we've got a couple of boomers. Thankfully, they are like sort of built in a way that I can get in and melee them and have enough time to dash away before they actually explode. Meleeing them is a strat if they do get too close to you, because it will buy you just a few extra seconds that you can use to get away from them. Even if they are about to explode, hitting them with a melee does sort of buy you that little bit of extra time. This elevator moves sideways and then changes direction towards the end of its trajectory. Magic elevators?
I don't know who built this place.
It's a Star Trek thing, I guess.
Okay, I was going Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but we can call it a Star Trek thing. Ah, damn it.
That's the only thing I think of whenever I think of sideways elevators, and I don't even like Star Trek.
Rangers, get through.
All right, so here is a really good example of trying to force enemy spawns. If I don't look backwards here, the enemies should all spawn in front of us. Unfortunately, that is not always easy to do, because sometimes I will run just the slightest bit too far forward and have to turn around to find an enemy. But basically, we want them to all spawn sort of up here, just so they're easier to kill and I don't have to go hunting for them. Because as you can see, there's a lot of pillars in this room, and they can very easily get behind those pillars, and it just causes me an absolute nightmare of a time and a lot of time loss.
And you want
They're also
to
just
be in
gonna-
the correct position for this wave of discharge. There are 2 waves of them, and they are actually allies that are working with you in this one, but at least one survived. I don't know if the other 2 did.
Yeah, I never get any survive through that, so that's really exciting. It is cool to have an enemy here, because sometimes they can deal a little bit of damage to this boss, and it saves just the tiniest bit of time, but...
Yeah, this is a new type of enemy, the Salvador, name after a boss that we will have later on. And they sometimes get the shield back, so we need to constantly hit them with a launch ability and make sure that we are not out of stamina when they have the shield back.
So one thing that is unique to this patch version is enemies with those kinetic shields particularly are 2 launch hits instead of just 1 to take down. So that is one of the reasons we run the legacy patch for standard at 80%.
Yes, unfortunately, that boss is much faster on older patches because he does get quite a bit more of a buff in his shield.
This way to the lab. Okay.
And we will
All right, so we're approaching our first little door code. There's these little puzzles. They're everywhere throughout the oldest house. Thankfully, the solution is always the same. Same with this puzzle in here. This puzzle, my favorite little fun fact to tell when I'm running this game is that the puzzle that we're about to do actually took me longer on a casual playthrough than it now takes me to beat the entirety of the game. So it's a bunch of punch cards with and punch card machines with all these symbols drawn on whiteboards around it, and you have to sort of use the process of elimination, kind of like a game of Masterminds, where you have to try and figure out which punch card goes in which terminal. Thankfully, we have it routed out in a way that for every single punch card bar the first one, we literally just have to press enter, and it just puts in the first card that we have from left to right. So thankfully, it requires 0 thought. There is a faster way to do it.
Routing.
Yeah, there is a slightly faster way to do it that saves like 2 seconds, Ash? Oops.
Something like that, yeah.
But very few runners do that route.
And this puzzle is either on casual play, so you understand it very quickly and you do it in like 3 minutes, or you do it in like 30-40 minutes every time. Every time someone new plays this game, it's one of the 2 teams. There is no in between.
So here we're grabbing extra energy and health, and the only reason we grab that health upgrade is so it unlocks our second mod slot, which means that we can have 2 personal mods instead of just the 1. I don't know if you.
Thanks, I forgot about that part.
Worth equipping.
We got a launch efficiency, so that'll decrease the amount of my launch. Did I just go to... No, I went to the right spot. I just went to the right spot.
Yeah.
There's it's been so long since I've gone there. I thought you did it wrong.
There's a sort of a repeated gameplay loop of going out, doing a job, going back, visiting Emily, coming back, doing another job, and then you revisit that elevator several times throughout the run. And every time I go there, I'm like, where am I going next? What have I done so far? Here's another sort of puzzle, but we don't like puzzles, so we're just going to not interact with it. We're just going to use a little dash and skip the first half of it. Then, unfortunately, we do need to do this second half, but we do it differently than it is intended. Just by that, nice and easy. And then we're back to the Ocean View Motel and Casino after 3 laps.
We're back in the Ocean View Motel. This time the smaller puzzle is going to be a bit harder. We need to press twice this bell, and we will need to move a few objects. And you talked about the symbols on the door. Actually, we have a bit of an information based on the game files of the game. One of the symbols was for Vanguard, a game that was cancelled. That was the development had started at Remedy before it was cancelled, and one of the symbols was for Control Residents.
I didn't know that.
One of the icons.
The only thing I know about the game files is how to put Dangerous's face on textures.
It was called Control 2 in the game files, but one of the things that cemented it as the Control Resistance symbol was the Lake House DLC, where we can see it again, where we are in a small Easter egg that I won't spoil.
Very interesting.
Oh yeah, if you haven't played, or if you have played Alan Wake 2 but not played the DLC, there is a Control-themed DLC for Alan Wake 2 called The Lake House. Game, please? Apparently those windows just do not want to let me through. Wow, that was really quick. So here, these enemies, this is one of my least favorite combat arenas in the entire game because these enemies...
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Not because of that. Not because of that. But these.
But that is one of the worst spots to die.
It is, yes. There is probably one spot worse to die, but it's okay. It's okay. We can make it back here. We can make it back there pretty quick. So the enemies there, it's multiple layers, and enemies will spawn in different spots because it's almost impossible to do that whole room.
You can just go through the fire break.
Yeah, go through the fire break. What's okay?
Oh, I can just go through the fire break door. What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? See, I don't die there ever.
And what happened in that room where Kaz died is when you get too close to enemies, they can melee you. And the problem with melee is, first one, it does a lot of damage to Jesse, and second, it knocks you out for a few seconds. You can't really move, and you can easily get hit second time by an enemy. So it's really easy to die if you get too close to the enemies. And sometimes when you try to melee an enemy, if there is an enemy standing nearby, sometimes you melee the wrong enemy and you get hit.
See, the real reason I died there was because that's actually my favorite movement section of the entire run, and I just wanted to do it again. That was definitely the main reason.
Right.
So, but yeah, so these enemies, they have a tendency to run upstairs, which is really annoying because it's just really hard to track them down. You've got to kind of look where your guys are aiming, like your allies are aiming, to figure out where the one dude you've missed is. And it just causes a whole bunch of time loss for really no reason.
Yeah, the enemy aren't
much cleaner.
They aren't always focusing you. They really like to fight the FBC soldiers that are fighting with you. Can get very tricky sometimes. We are going to see Irish again now in this sector. We are back. We didn't talk about it, but we are back in the maintenance sector like we did in the previous mission, but in a different part of it. We are in a Metroidvania game, and over the course of the game you will unlock different access levels that will allow you to explore new areas.
Can you help me?
And here is the only real time that push-pull mechanic that Huki explained earlier is actually required. That enemy is an absolute, well, monster, for lack of a better word. It has the ability to go invisible, and when it does go invisible, it's very, very hard to hit. You can sort of track it a little bit based off of like waverings in the air, but thankfully, if we manage to at least hit it with 2 pull-throughs, we can kill it before it goes invisible. We're only going to see 1 more of those enemies throughout the run, and thankfully it has a similar setup.
So right here is actually some creative routing that is also inbound specific. About 15 minutes ago, we called this elevator down, and this elevator's position is actually persistent to your save file. So we call it down here, we grab the clearance level 5, and we quit out so we can fast travel and write this elevator up because it is actually faster than writing another elevator up. This actually brings us closer to where we want to go. It saves, I want to say 10-15 seconds, somewhere in that ballpark. And then right here, I also want to talk about another grievance of running this game, and that is any repetitive input needs to have the right cadence, because if you rush the dash input, for example, it'll actually flash the energy bar and you drop like a rock in this game. So we're going to see some perfectly spaced out dashes because Cass is a professional, and we're just going to be right on our merry way. Then just going to idle drop almost to our death, and then cancel it at the last moment, and then clear these guys out. And now we're at the end of the Threshold mission, which is going to introduce one of the coolest areas in the game, I think.
Easily. Yeah. Easily. If nothing else, the coolest skybox of the game.
Remember that we are in a building. We are absolutely inside the oldest house that's located in New York.
Yeah, based on the AT&T building, for anyone who knows the area. Very much, if you couldn't tell already, very much inspired by brutalist architecture. And the book House of Leaves, which is a really, really phenomenal book, if anyone... Well, not even necessarily going to call it a book, just a phenomenal experience. If you like sort of new weird literature, big recommend House of Leaves. Sam Lake is a big fan of it, and it inspired a lot of what we have in Control. Nice. Nice. Okay, so that part's really scary. When you have something launched, it'll sort of show you a reticle that shows you where you're going to throw it. And unfortunately, for that last battery, the reticle, you're just too far away for the reticle to actually work. So you kind of just got to YOLO it and hope that it works. But at that time it did. So we had to wait a few seconds there for the text to update to say that we'd actually completed the objective. So as soon as it flashes speak with Marshall on the screen, it means I'm able to quit out and zip back to the last control point that I took.
We're talking about literature inspirations for this game. There's also the book called Authority, where the main character is literally named John Control.
Which is so good. Which is the Authority is the sequel to the novel Annihilation, which got a film with what's her name in it? You know that girl? She's always acting in movies. Natalie Portman?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So really great movie. The book is better. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, Authority is the book 2 of the Southern Reach trilogy, and very, very very control-esque. So please. All right. So here I've just got to be a little bit careful about how I use my energy, because there are certain enemies spawn with shields, other ones don't, so I want to be able to shoot the ones I can. That's fine, taking damage there. I'm about to get a full heal. Yeah. Shoot the ones that don't have shields, save my launch for the ones that do have shields, and just take them out as quickly as we can. We're approaching probably narratively the coolest area of the game. We're approaching what's called the Panopticon, which is basically a giant prison for altered items, and there's some really cool ones throughout here. Like the ones that we actually get to interact with throughout the game are only a very, very small amount of the altered items that exist both within the universe and within the oldest house. And there's a lot of really neat references as well. Like you can find Gordon Freeman's crowbar and little references to other pieces of media that the Remedy family are big fans of.
Not to get too far into it, but I really, really love the concept in this game where the power that is sort of in altered items and objects of power comes from their significance in pop culture and stuff like that. It's just a very, very cool concept to me.
Yeah, very much. It's almost like in, I don't know how many people have played the Persona 5 game, sort of the Mementos section, where so much of the world is built around, public consciousness. And it's like the objects themselves gain a level of sentience that matches what I believe the actual way they describe it is any item that is representative of a common archetype, such as a rubber duck, a band from the oldest house, because something about the oldest house and these commonly accepted archetypes just cause them to become or cause them to behave in very unnatural ways. And yes, one of the altered items that we interact with if you play the game casually is a rubber duck. So
wondered about him.
And he makes very cute noises.
Also, example that we can give about altered item was the floppy disk that gave us the launch ability that was actually before was a floppy disk that was containing Soviet nuclear launch code. So it's what gave the object this power, this idea of how dangerous the item could be, made it a bit unstable.
Yeah. I should have made Jesse's t-shirt not black so that we could see Dane's face a little better. I know that for next time.
No.
But next time I put Dane's face onto my outfits.
Yeah.
Can we still do that IRL? NPC. This is Bob. Bob's the elevator operator. He's the reason that the elevators still work in the oldest house. We love him and his work. He's very, very useful, because if we didn't have elevators, we'd have to do super jumps. And you saw in Max Payne, those super jumps are not the easiest thing to do. All right, I'm going to grab this.
I'm actually so any percent brained. I keep seeing you like ride elevators and stuff, and I'm like, why is he doing that?
Ash has been hard at work grinding out all bosses standard. So there's the versions of this game that do allow glitches and going out of bounds look very, very different to what you're seeing me do here today.
But also not as different as you'd think. Interesting.
Well, okay.
There is more emphasis on combat in this version of the game and on this category because you do a lot of fight that you just skip in other categories. But talk a bit about the Panopticon and other categories. This is a place where you play when you play the game casually. A lot of side quests are opening up for you. You have a lot to explore, and you can start to mess around a little bit. Here we have a nice cutscene that we can't skip with Benikoff television. That will lead.
The perk of running inbounds is that you get to see this.
Yeah,
you get to see this cutscene.
I remember seeing this.
Incredible.
Yeah, seeing this casually, like playing this game casually, I just kept having moments where I just see things and it's like, man, I've never seen anything that looks this cool in a video game before.
Also, when this chair lands on its wheels, I call it chair luck. It's my favorite thing that happens. It means the run is blessed.
Oh yeah.
But this is actually, fun fact, the only boss we actually kill in the entire run. How many bosses are there in the game? Like 13 or something?
10 in today's game. And 14, I think. Well, Tomasic come twice because we fight him 2 times. But yeah.
Oh, kill. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because we don't actually kill Tomasi. This is the only one of 2 bosses that we see in the run, and one of 2 that we the only one that we actually kill. So this is Salvador. He's just a bigger version of an enemy that we've already seen before, and he can be a real meme because he's got a lot. He's actually not that dangerous. He's really easy to keep under control, but he has a lot of ads in his arena as well. And if I don't kill them in the right order, they will just start to flank me, and it becomes really, really frustrating. But that went pretty well. So, and now we're going to touch a TV, and now we can levitate.
And as Cass said, a lot of ads in this room that you need to kill. And the only problem with this boss is if you don't kill the ad, fighting the ad and the boss at the time can be very hard. So you did very well, Cass, focusing those enemies first before killing Salvador. And we are crossing with the levitate ability. We are not following the expected path. We're just passing by, ignoring those enemies.
Okay. Nice.
And we are on the 4th floor, but we need to go to the 5th. Do you know a way to do it, Cass?
I'm gonna call it a super jump because of the Max Payne runs that we just saw. But so with levitate allows you to go up once essentially, and then you cannot go up again until you land on the ground. Thankfully, the ground is a little bit of a vague description, and by dashing into this little pillar here, we can get a second hover, and we can just skip having to run around the map and climb up intended ways. We just get to do a little double levitate up that wall there and save a whole bunch of time, which is the name of the game. Well, the name of the game is Control, but you know what we're trying to do is save time. Now we get to go back to see Emily. There is a big story beat that happens here, but thankfully, I haven't even spoken about the cutscene skipper.
They just happen.
So
I thought you were having abilities.
Yeah. No. So you'll see that I'm absolutely blitzing through cutscenes. Unfortunately, the cutscenes in this game are not skippable, and there are some that are quite long. So basically, rather than having to spam space to skip every scene of the cutscene or every camera angle of the cutscene, we have the jump button bound to our mouse wheel, and then our macro that runs in the background that has the mouse wheel bound to just another key. So thankfully, rather than having to spam space through like 4 minutes of cutscene, I can just hold down, in my case, the Z button, and just get a blitz through the cutscenes very, very rapidly. So that was done in a way to sort of preserve hand health of runners. That is, when you're running any sort of Remedy game, there is a lot of sort of APM and trying to preserve the hand health for, you know, I'm 34 years old. I can't be spamming a space bar.
And in the previous cutscene, while Carlos explained about the authority, we talked to a character that will probably never become like important to
definitely. Definitely not be relevant.
But that guy, I don't remember his name, tasked us to go.
Bald guy.
Inside. Yeah, bald guy, that's his name. He will never go anyway. We need to go to a different part of the containment sector. And this fight can be very tricky because a lot of enemy and a lot of pillars that can block you.
Look at that.
Yeah, damage boost is nice. But you need to be very careful because we did upgrade health once, but we don't upgrade it another time in this run. And at this point in the run, the enemy basically can two-shot us.
Yeah, this game is very much balanced around you exploring the environment, finding hidden locations, doing side quests, getting more ability upgrades than what you just get through the main story. So I would say about the mission before this is where you really start to feel that you're like actually under-leveled. And this is even more so. Every enemy in this game hits you like a truck. I think in top level runs we have now routed in like grabbing extra ability points just because it actually levels the playing field a fair bit. I would keep the energy recovery.
Yeah, I don't know why I just changed that. I panicked when I opened it. Where is it there?
Bottom left, there you go.
Also, fun fact, since we're celebrating Remedy, this photo right here with the circle that's kind of in the middle of the screen is Jesse Faden, or Courtney Hope's character from this game, Jesse Faden, chatting with Courtney Hope's character from Quantum Break. Just to sort of tie that into the greater Remedy verse. Quantum Break, unfortunately, is not officially part of the Cosmic Ocean because Microsoft owns the rights as opposed to Remedy, but they still sort of put their own little references to it in the game. Oh no!
You get the vibe that they're gonna buy it back when they can.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh,
so close.
So close.
It's fine.
But yeah,
everything hits like a truck at this part.
Yeah.
And you can.
And that was that. I will say was my fault. I was meant to melee the boomer that was in the elevator, and I unfortunately dashed instead of meleeed because you've got to melee it and then you dash and use the iframes of the dash to prevent getting killed by it. And I just did things in the wrong order, unfortunately. So I was kind of a little hyped on the fact that how well the fight in the archives went. So I just got, you know, a little in over my head, but that's okay.
Yeah, we should have prefaced that this is the most different mission from the standard any percent run, because in standard any percent we skip all of this.
Yeah.
But on inbounds we have to do every single one of these fights, and these are far and away the hardest fights in the run, I would say.
Those fights are very hard, and if you die, the run back is very long too.
Yeah, run backs are brutal in this.
Yeah.
Okay,
this
he's
part.
just not in there. That's fine. I don't know why he didn't respawn, but he didn't, so that's okay. I need to check.
Let's talked about Quantum Break and the.
He didn't respawn. He didn't respawn because he's a part of the map. That's like a nerd fact that had to get out.
Okay.
But he's a part of the map instead of like the mission, if that makes sense.
But yeah, the Remedy doesn't own also the IP of Max Payne, even if the remake are coming. It's still owned by Rockstar. And what's really funny is also how Remedy keep working with the same actors. We had the Max Payne run before, and Max Payne was voiced by James McCaffrey, and in this game you can also hear he was actually voicing the director that we found at the beginning of the game, and he's still talking to us through the game, James McCaffrey voicing Director Trench.
And then in Alan Wake 2, Sam Lake plays another character who's also voiced by James McCaffrey.
Yeah, is like Max Payne, but we don't have the right to Max Payne, to call him Max Payne anymore, so is his name Alex Casey.
He's the Max Payne at home.
Yeah.
So then here is a 40-second unskippable, not timer, we have to wait for the bridge to open up, and holy smokes. Stack them both.
Stack them both. You're all right. Hey, you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
I do. So, but this is an incredibly important part of the run. So I just need a tiny bit of quiet here to focus.
Let's go.
Okay, nah. Unfortunately, you can flip those mugs upside down, and then you have to do a dab. But unfortunately, you will not be seeing that today. I'm sorry, chat. All right, here we're coming up on that second.
You got it to do a two.
It's going to require me to do a pretty technical pull-through strat here. I stuffed it up, so we're just going to shoot it. There. That's fine. That's fine. You lose a couple of seconds there by not killing it before it runs away, but it's whatever.
And this enemy is very dangerous because if it can attack you, it just like puts you at 1 HP instantly, and when you have other enemies fighting around, it's very dangerous. He will just enable the elevator, actually not calling it because it can be a bit slower.
If you call it, then it opens back up while you're going up to the next floor and you can see out of bounds. It's kind of funny. These are reasons we can't have a true glitchless category in this game.
Yeah, because it's just things that are outside of our control.
Things are just broken.
It's not a bug, it's just something power natural, you know.
I do want to talk about real quick, one of the saving graces of running this category on the current patch is in the update that they added the second DLC, or no, first DLC, they gave every single base ability an extra tier. So we have an extra tier of launch that we don't have on the legacy patch, which does a ton of damage. I'm seeing just like damage getting chunked off of enemies that I just would never even dream of on when I run legacy. So
who is this guy? Who does he think he is?
Just for
oh yeah, that's another fun thing is the game will teleport enemies when it thinks that they're stuck or can't find Jesse, but it's pretty obvious every time it happens.
And that is normally a safety save. That is normally I made the joke earlier that I will not be taking safety saves, but given that I have died a couple of times already, I am going to take that safety save because dying anywhere from here to the end of this level sucks so much.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there is a hotfix after this, so we cannot sit here for the next 2 hours while I just die over and over again.
To prove a point, right?
Yeah, to prove that I've got what it takes.
I can do it, I swear.
Oh my goodness. So, all right, we're coming up on, I don't know if it's the hardest fight, but definitely the biggest chance for time loss, the garbage dump fight. So in these standard runs, you just kind of skip straight to this fight. You get to skip everything that we've just done. Unfortunately, we don't have that option. And basically, I'm going to be trying to take out enemies in a very specific order. And I'm going to hand it over to Huki and Ash to talk about so I can try and do it properly.
So we have this first wave of enemy of charge then you will have a second wave that is triggered by the death of one of those enemies. And when those two waves are dead, there will be a flag enemy that will try to focus.
You'll notice he's actually prioritizing the ground enemies. It's because they're the ones that actually progress us to the next wave of the fight. So we want to deal with them before we deal with the flyer up top, because while we're dealing with him, that spawns this wave of enemies, and once we kill 1 or 2 of these, then that starts the timer for the final enemy. So balancing out like which enemies we deal with means that we have as little time waiting around doing nothing as possible. And you'll see that even though he did that perfectly, we still had to wait a couple seconds there. But very nicely done. That is Face of the Enemy.
Yeah, and Face of the Enemy, that was one of the longest, if not the longest, chapter in this category, when in other category it's one of the shortest. And it really shows how important fights are in this category. But now we will go through the famous Astro Maze. Maybe it's...
Well, not yet. We're going to get to the Astro Maze, and then we're going to go through it. Yes, unfortunately, we do have to take, quite a bit more time in these in that section because, it's just a hard life not being a cheater and trying to do things without glitches. But hey, someone has to do it, For legal reasons, that was a joke. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Here I'm going to stand back on these guys to try and force them to spawn in front of us.
Yeah.
The spawn locations for this whole area can be horrible. I'm talking we can have guys spawn like 3 floors below us, and it's just the worst thing in the world. Am I going to equip that now? No, I don't think I will. I am going to, just for safety purposes, I am going to be changing over some mods that I normally wouldn't do, but I want to be able to dash as many times as I possibly can, and a level 3 dash efficiency mod is a very, very good way of doing that. So I am going to be changing my mods very soon. Unfortunately, we have reached a maze that is impossible for us to bypass because it just keeps looping around, and a voice in our head says to contact the janitor. So now we're going to go find Artie. Oh, there we go.
This is also, interestingly enough, one of the most quit out heavy parts in inbounds. And I do want to shout out like this routing here I found by watching a casual player, and I was like, oh, we can go there from this other control point. I had no idea, and I watched this casual player sort of stumble into this location on accident.
The game very much wants us to travel around to a bunch of different areas and go to a bunch of different stuff, but we don't have the time for that, so we just warp to the closest control point and then just sort of... It's not even like game abuse. It's just using exactly what the game provides us with to just skip a whole bunch of running around.
Yeah, this is a linear game dressed up with like an open world. That's kind of how it is.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good way of putting it. This one here, the puzzle mechanic involves the clog. If you'll remember, I shot the nipples of earlier. Basically, we need to turn all of these radios to the same station, which is a station that's playing a song that he hates. And then he's just going to return from whence he came, and we can get to the keys. And then, just to subvert everybody's expectations, I'm not going to enter through the door with the black pyramid on it. I'm instead going to go through the janitor's closet, just to make things so confusing. And I do forget it almost every single time, because it's complete muscle memory to run down that hallway. But we're going here this time.
You go through that hallway and you don't see the interact button on the doorway. You're wondering what is wrong.
All right, so there I just switched over. I replaced my energy recovery with an energy boost, so I have higher amounts of total energy, and a dash efficiency mod. So I have more total mana, and my dashes cost me a little bit less. And I've done that for a very specific reason, and it's because this next skip that I'm going to do is a complete meme, and I hate it. So I have practiced a way to do it as efficiently as possible without risking losing a massive amount of time. But first of all, we're going to grab this guy here. Could someone give me the time, please?
You are just over 56 minutes.
56 minutes, okay. Can someone give me a heads up at like 57:25?
We can try. A little latency on the stream, but we can time it best we can.
You press the button at 56 and 18 seconds, so...
Alright, cool.
So basically, we press the button to call the tram over. There's a trigger that's tied to progression that's almost on the other side of the chasm. That's not active until after 90 seconds after you press the button. So usually when we are running, we'll press the button, look at our live split, and we say, okay, I'll leave at around 90 seconds and go touch that trigger and then complete the level as normal. Because you don't need to ride this tram back at all. So we just go ahead and leave early, and then through some very nefarious, well, not really nefarious, just technical like dash timing and energy management, we can get across without much issue at all.
And that is the part of the run I was most worried about. So you remember I mentioned earlier, you can't jump while you're on an elevator. And that sort of gondola that we just landed on is considered by the game to be an elevator. So I cannot jump while I'm on it, and not being able to jump means I can't levitate. So I need to dash off the tram, and then while the coyote frames still exist, jump and hold to levitate up. If you miss it by like a frame, you will just plummet to your death. There is no way to save it, and then you lose like a minute and a half.
You should go back and hit it now.
Yeah.
I can go hit it now, you reckon? All right, so the trigger to progress the game, as Ash was saying, is just out here. So I need to dash out here, hit the trigger, wait for the lights to change again, and then I can dash back. And then I know if I've done it correct if I hear Sankaran Tango appear in the bottom right corner. So that is what tells me, yep, congratulations, you hit the trigger. You can now progress along the rest of the area. So this is the foundation. This is an important part of the game for the DLC. It's just a big, beautiful, impossible space that kind of looks like... what's it called from Dark Souls? Ash Lake from Dark Souls, except instead of trees, we have brutalist pillars. All right. Now we are going to go do arguably the coolest section in video gaming history. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So we're all just going to just like shut up and let you guys enjoy a really, really fun part.
Herald of Darkness?
Very close. Very close. It is an Old Gods of Asgard song. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, there were several moments through that section where I was very sure I was gonna die.
But it was so cool.
It's okay.
And at the end of the day, looking cool is the most important part of being a speedrunner.
Yeah.
You could argue that dying is cooler because then you get to see how they seamlessly take you back to where you were.
What started and
That is very good. Yeah, so that whole section is just like a beautiful, beautiful example of tying together like audio triggers and different gameplay triggers. And if you do die, the way that the Ashtray Maze is set up to just like give you a checkpoint is just so cool, like in the world. Here we've got another little bugged mantle that I'm going to try and hit. There we go. Another downside of playing on current patch is you can't ground slam up So you've seen that I have the ability to sort of just like launch myself at the ground now when I'm levitating. On previous patches, you are able to do that like up, and it allows you to like hit really, really unique areas. Unfortunately, we cannot do that on this patch, at least not intentionally. It did happen to me the other day unintentionally, and I lost like a minute and a half. But the intended mechanic is to not be able to do that. And we are approaching the hardest part of the run. Hooray! Right at the end. You know, who doesn't love what speedrunner doesn't love the hardest and most reset heavy point of the run being right at the end? So I'm just going to focus, and I'm going to let Ash and Huki take this.
The very last level, we have this those 6 siphons that you need to cleanse, and there are a lot of enemies in this room, and you just if you played a competitive shooter before, it's like doing 6 ninja defuse in a room full of enemies that are trying to kill you. If you follow a certain pattern,
no smokes,
you can try to with no smokes. If you follow certain patterns, you can maybe sometimes manage to get them all, but those enemies might decide randomly to get you. You have a checkpoint after the first 3 siphons, and I want to jinx it. This grenade should explode later. It's okay. You got the first part. We'll get.
Yeah, the enemy AI is all behavior tree based. So as long as you position yourself correctly and do this, similar things, they will behave the same way. This one is a straight 50-50 though.
Yeah. They
you know what?
Wave or 3, but sometimes small change in your path can alter this tree. Oh, nice.
We casual gamers now.
Yeah, you managed to knock down those 2 enemies that are flying. The main threat on this 4 siphon. The enemies with rocket launchers sometimes decide to just chill, just wait it out, and they just despawn after you manage to clear the siphon. The 5th one is a bit easier. You need to kill the enemies that have a potential line of sight on Jesse, but you need to make
that should be fine.
Too much, because otherwise a second wave of enemies spawns. But yeah, you should be alright.
Yeah, I don't do this dishes usually spin like that.
Does what?
The satellite dishes, they're spinning. I don't think they do that, do they?
That happens sometimes, yeah. That might be a current patch thing, but yeah, that happens sometimes.
And the 6th one is like 90%. Let's hope that it's goes.
Hey, we did it!
Fine. Perfect.
Hooray! If I don't see, like when I watch this VOD back, if I don't see at least 7 people clapping in chat, I'm gonna be very sad. Okay. Now, Dave, I'm going to make a joke here of time, and the credits are going to start to roll, and then we're going to do a big bit about how, oh no, my graphics card must be stuffing up. Is something going wrong with the game? But you asked earlier if there was a time where you could talk about upcoming events, so I'm going to give you this time to talk about upcoming events, if you please.
Sounds great. Yeah, Chad, I haven't had a chance to mention it yet, but if you have not been tuning into Hotfix lately, then you might not be aware that GDQ is going to be at Gamescom from August 28th to the 30th, live in Cologne, Germany. If you want a little bit more info about the event, you can go to gamescom.global for info about that. And then you can also check out the schedule at gdq.gg/schedule/Gamescom. That's COM as in Mary, to see what runs will be featuring at our very first European events. The first time GDQ is going to be in Europe. Boy, your graphics card is really having some trouble right now. We also
what do you mean? This looks fine on my end.
Discord is really having a tough time then with the game.
Yeah.
Also coming up a little bit after that is PAX West. GDQ is returning to PAX West from September 4th through the 7th. You can visit west.paxsite.com to learn more about the event, and stay tuned for the schedule, which is coming out soon.
Oh, we do. All right. The scanners are so funny because as long as you grab this one, they're only like seconds between the interaction, and the second one is bugged, so there's no cooldown between the interactions. So if you hammer out the interactions as fast as you can here, it's faster than 1 round or 2 rounds of coffee mugs.
Yeah, so there's,
That was a lot
for those of you who haven't
not a
played
whole
this
lot of
game before,
context, but there you go.
we're given three different tasks that we need to do here. We need to photocopy some files, we need to collect some coffee cups, and we need to deliver some mail. You don't have to do all three. Casual players always freak out when I tell them that. You only need to do one of the tasks twice, and then the mail chute dings and you can go deliver the director's mail. And then just like there's been a repeated theme throughout the entire game of the rule of threes. So then the next time we're going to reset back to the start of that. We're in kind of Jesse's nightmare right now of having to, do mundane office work, which honestly, same. So we're just going to the second round. We're just going to pick up coffee cups instead. This is the most consistent way to do it. Is to do coffee cups instead of the photocopying. But because of that bugged scanner on the second time that we were photocopying the frames, not having a delay between the interactions, it does actually save like a couple of seconds. And you don't.
Yeah. So imagine he said that before my big nervous rambling thing a couple minutes.
About all the different tasks. Now that you know what the tasks are, you can go back.
I thought you were going to do copy mode, so I got excited.
We need to go inside.
Oh, whoops, I forgot to drop off the mail. There we go. And then on the last one, you don't actually have to do any of the tasks. You just go pick up the mail.
I do want to.
My chat likes to name these guys as well. Whoop, there we go. What was
at
that?
Gamescom, they just announced that Control Resonance, the sequel to this game, will be playable at Gamescom.
Will be playable. Absolutely.
Yeah. It will be shown there. So if you're an attendee or a runner, you should check that out and tell me what it's like.
And do not tell me what it's like, because I've officially gone media blackout on Resonant for about the last 2 months. So I know nothing about the new stuff that's been revealed.
So anyways, the narrative theme here is Jessie was basically defeated in what we were calling was the last level, but it really wasn't. She was defeated, and now she's stuck in the nightmare, and this is her crawling out. She's basically becoming the person she realizes she's meant to be, kind of narrative theme here. And through that realization and becoming of herself, she's able to level up and save the Bureau from the disaster that has unfolded.
Level up just like in a video game. And I do apologize, everybody. I was planning on showing you all Dynamite, which is a phenomenal cutscene that you get at the end there. But unfortunately, those 2 deaths that I did take have kind of bitten into my time a little bit, so we will be skipping Dynamite. But hey, I promise on my next Control run that I do on stream, I will watch Dynamite for everybody. So here, we're supposed to do like massive amounts of fights. The board have powered us up to the point where we're as strong as we can possibly be. Unfortunately, the enemies are also substantially stronger, but doing fights is slow, so we're just going to not do those.
We have 3 islands in this level. Each of them has a fight on it that we need to do. It's very long, as Cass said. So we will just dash over the void to get the triggers that make the 3rd island spawn. So this glitch will allow us to skip the first 2, and we will have...
I knew I'd missed it. That's all right. It's all right. This is a very fast reset, thankfully. It's going to throw me back over 15 seconds.
I don't want to backseat you, but you should use the energy bar all the way out because it regens faster. I think that's what you're doing there.
I took off from the first platform with like only 2 dashes worth of energy. Which is not how I have it scripted in my head. So we're going to do this again.
But yeah, this is one of the interesting part about running inbound current patch versus any percent standard is in current patch you put 1 more level in launch that you don't put like in any percent standard in the energy. So this trick is actually sometimes harder to, it's because you have less energy to do it, but this time Cass was able to go for it, and we still have this 3rd island to do, but we will do some neat parkour in a few seconds.
Yeah, speedrunners were able to skip this part, so Remedy put this big wall here, and we took that personally, so...
This is another one of those out of bounds, but it's still inbound skips.
And you dash here, there is a small invisible landing platform here, and if you can't go through a wall, you just go around it.
There we go.
There you
All right, cool. Okay, dying there would have been very, very unfortunate because then we do have to run through the all the islands again. So we're coming up on time, and it is going to be right. Damn it. Now, time.
GG.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. One more thing that's very important to do for the run.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Do it.
Shawshank Redemption. So that was Control, 80% inbounds. Thank you all so much for having me. I've got a couple of shout outs that I want to give before I pass it back over to Dane to wrap things up. And first and foremost, of course, of those is to Dane for putting on the Remedy celebration. Remedy are my favorite, and I think I speak for Huki as well, and possibly for Ash. Remedy are my favorite game developers. Every game they've ever made, I've absolutely loved, and a celebration of their contributions to the video gaming world should be celebrated. So it's really, really cool that we've been able to do this. Of course, to Ash and Huki and the entirety of the Control speedrunning community. I run like 20 different games, and none of the communities are as friendly and as welcoming as the Control community is. So if anything that you've seen here today looks interesting, by all means, jump in the Discord. We will literally fight over who gets to teach you the run. To a man named Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes is an author. He goes by the name of Quantum. He wrote a book called There Is No Anti-Memetics Division. It is Control the novel. I read it earlier this year, and it is my new favorite book. So if you really like the Control story, read There Is No Anti-Memetics Division. And finally, to Indoor Rays of Sunlight for giving my cats a nice place to nap. But that's me. Ash,
very nice.
Any shout-outs?
Thank you for having me on.
Always.
It really, like, this is my favorite speedrun ever. It's one of my favorite games of all time. This is the game that got me back into gaming, as it were. So I just love having any opportunity to talk about this game. So thank you for having me on.
Agreed.
Of course.
Thank you for having me for your commentary. I'm really happy to commentate with Cass and Ashley after you guys did the restream on my speedrun run. I love Control. I think Alan Wake 2 is still kind of my favorite Remedy game, but Control is clearly my favorite speedrun game. So thank you, Dan, for putting up this Remedy Day with Max Payne and with Control. And thank you, obviously, Cass, for this run once again, and for commenting with me on Max Payne before.
Of course. And thank you so much for having me. Follow Ash, follow Huki, follow me on Twitch, and we'll see you all next Remedy birthday.
Absolutely. Thank you again to the three of you for being here and for showing off all the good Remedy stuff. And folks, that is going to do it for today here on Crosshair. What'd you think, Sam? Did you enjoy today's episode? Well, of course you did. It was awesome. But stay tuned, because coming up next is Speedruns from the Crypt. So stick around for some spooky speedruns. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of Crosshair. And as always, folks, no matter what your dreams, goals, or hopes are in this world, always keep them in your crosshair. We'll see you next time.